Hello,
Jesus.
everybody. Welcome to a new series for actual play broadcast. I am Zemian, replacing Brandon as the primary host because Brandon is not here with us today or for this series. Unfortunately, I tried to armbar him into playing, but the scheduling just didn't work out. But I am joined by a totally different crew than you guys are used to. This crew you've probably heard me reference to is my vampire game, but we're not playing vampire. What we're playing is Trinity Continuum Aberrant. And we're going to talk some more about that here in a little bit. But first, let's meet the crew and at least get their character names who you are going to get familiar with over the next session. So, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Sure, yeah. My name is Lane. If you see me elsewhere online, I go by Florian or Saint Florian. Um, in this series, our Aberrant series, I'll be playing Ross Hoffman, who will shortly be known here as Aftermath.
Um, I'm Zara. Yes, it's Colex, but for now, Zara.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is, well, my Discord name is Zhutalk. I'll be going by that here. And my character's name is Moses, and he'll be named Blink once he discovers his powers.
Fantastic. So naturally, I'm going to be running the game as I often do on the podcast. Um, and like always, we've got a whole long spiel that we have to get through because this is a new campaign. Like I said, we're playing Trinity Continuum Aberrant. This is going to be a long running campaign. Um, this is not going to be like a 10 session jaunt. This is going to go for a while. So if you are hungering for long running Trinity Continuum content, welcome home, I guess, because we're going to be doing it for a while. Um, that said, maybe you don't know what Trinity Continuum Aberrant is. The short version is imagine our world, but in 2018, superheroes started to appear and things got a bit interesting. And that's essentially the core idea of it. It's the future of tomorrow, but now we have superheroes. And the different thing about superheroes in this setting is that they have all their powers come from the same place. It's quantum energy. We'll talk about that more in the game over time, but we don't have magic and alien spacemen that are coming down, growing up on a farm, and just being Boy Scouts for their entire comic run. Um, we have people who are filled with a potential that is not understood, and they erupt with these powers at interesting times. And the big question of the game is what would you do with the power of a god? Because even a little bit of power makes these people different, very different from normal humans, which will become evident as we play some more. That said, for those of you that are familiar with Trinity Continuum, we are playing Project Utopia. It's been decided ahead of time. The player characters don't know it yet. You'll see how this is going to unfold as we play, but this is a Utopia game. But the very important thing we need to keep in mind with Trinity Continuum that I want to make sure everybody's on the same page, all continuums are valid. However, people run at their table is entirely valid. That's the beauty of Trinity Continuum. There are infinite timelines or infinite continuums where all kinds of variables can be true or not true. So, our continuum may be different from your own. Our continuum will feature some named NPCs and quite a few not named NPCs, and those NPCs may be different than what you expect. That said, we are running with a darker version of the canonical timeline. There are elements of the timeline that are still technically true, but the genuine truth behind them may be different. Elements of the timeline are by and large the same. It's just that, for example, Utopia says they've cleaned up the environment. Have they really, though? Or is it some PR speech around like, well, they've done some good, but it's not as fixed as they want you to believe? As an example. So while there is hope in our world, it is by default thematically a noble dark world that we're going to be playing in. Things generally are not great. Things could be better, and it's going to take the player characters, because they are the heroes of the story, to make things better. That said, we're going to be running with our own meta plot, obviously, with our continuum being of its own nature. Our meta plot is going to take its own form. There are some elements from first edition that I'm borrowing, none of the super yucky stuff. Looking at you, sterilization plot. We're not doing that. But there are some elements from first edition that are very cool that we'll be borrowing. I may or may not have Worldwide Aberrant Phase 1 and 2 behind me on my bookshelf. For those that know, you know. For those that don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Nothing bad will ever happen. That said, there are going to be some things that are just not printed in material that's going to be relevant for our own game that I've been brewing, because I have a lot of ideas, and I think Trinity Continuum is really cool to do those ideas in. So expect some things that you might be familiar with. Expect some things that you won't be. This is going to be our game, and we're going to have fun with it. Now, for all the really boring stuff that we need to get out of the way, let's talk about politics. This is obviously a world that takes place within our own world, but kind of different. So some real world politics are going to kind of be present. My point is not to like super harp on the ongoing issues that are happening now. Most of what I want to talk about with politics is generally going to be somewhat related to geopolitics, as well as politics around ANOVAs, our superpowered characters, existing. There might be references and allusions to like queer people and their struggles in society with people not accepting them and stuff like that, you know, and allusions to, you know, class struggle and stuff. It like these things are going to come up just because it's our world but different. It's not necessarily the plan to harp on these things, but it is very important to point out there are going to be shitty people in this world. Like I said, it's noble dark. There are going to be people who are going to have shitty opinions. There are going to be genuinely bad people. There are going to be people who are misinformed. It's important to take away that characters and NPCs do not represent our personal views and values. It's just to make the world more believable and more immersive, to have shitty people around. As much as it's nice to have the wish fulfillment of what if everybody was nice and understanding, that's not really how we like to play our games. Like, we like to have a diverse cast of people, even people we don't like. And when the people we don't like also happen to be villains, it's all the more entertaining to strike them down. So, that said, because of the nature of the setting, I need to point out for people who may not know, there are groups of religious extremists. There are groups of people who exercise political violence. So there is going to be situations of terrorism and violence in public spaces involving civilians and such. If that's too much for you, straight up don't. This series is probably not for you. The religious extremism is mostly built around Christian and Catholic groups. It will probably at some point in time touch on other groups as well, but at the moment, the story is going to be focused in the US of A. So those are the kind of the people we're going to be bumping elbows with when it comes to religious extremism. So if that's something that really makes you uncomfortable, sorry, but this is what we're doing. It's not a shot at people who are not like that. That's just, this is what the setting is, and this is the story we want to tell. So this is what we're doing. But this goes for any nature of bigotry from NPCs, racism, any of that. Just because NPCs or characters have certain views does not mean we have those views. We are a generally pretty open and accepting group. I don't keep bigots at my table. If you've watched actual play broadcasts any amount of time, you know how we roll. So that's that for politics. Let's talk about like some trigger warnings real quick. If you're first time with actual play broadcasts, we don't do these every episode. So if you're going to be listening to a long running series, episode 1s are always what you want to check for the trigger warnings. Trigger warnings potentially include, but are not limited to, graphic depictions of violence, violence towards animals, body horror, alcoholism, drug abuse, political themes, adult themes, so on and so forth. This is a adult story that we're telling. That doesn't mean we're going to just be edgy for the sake of being edgy. Just, it's going to have adult topics. I am never going to, like, for example, describe SA happening. That's sexual assault for people who are not familiar with the terminology. I'm never going to describe it happening, but it may be alluded to or referenced to give you the scope of what we may expect. Same thing, violence towards children. I'm not really going to put that on screen, but I will allude to it or show evidence of it. So, now that we're clear on that, I'm not going to give a warning every time. If there's stuff that's like you find really bothersome and you need to walk away, do what you got to do. But we know what we like. We all know what we're comfortable with. We've played with each other for a while, a couple years now. We know what we're comfortable with. So don't fret about people at our table being comfortable. We're good. Worry about yourself. If you need to take a break, take a break. Or if you decide this isn't for you, that's totally fine. Not everything is for everybody. So I think, there is one last certain point of order that I have to touch on, because there might be some confusion around this. We previously recorded Trinity Continuum Assassins. That was supposed to be a prelude to an Aberrant game. That was recorded with a different group. If you listen to that, you'll almost certainly have figured that out by now. That was supposed to be a prelude to an Aberrant campaign with a different group of people. We had recorded some episodes, but then scheduling became increasingly problematic, among other things. So, unfortunately, those episodes will never come out. And that story connected to that will not come up. However, this group has done a somewhat similar prelude. It just wasn't recorded. I'm not going to divulge the details of that prelude because we will see the side effects of it throughout this campaign. So it won't be imminently obvious what exactly happened, but in due time, you will come to find out what happened, almost certainly. Aside from that, I think that covers everything we need to talk about for the start of this. So thanks for bearing with me on that portion of the yap. So let's get into it. After I take a short sip of water here, because that was a lot of yapping.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is March 23rd, 2018. Millions watch as the space station Galatea explodes, killing all aboard. Its remains tumble back to Earth. Hours later, News stations and social media sites are abuzz as the world watches in awe. A man absorbs a blazing fire from an apartment building. He's Randall Portman, our first superhero, the fireman. In the coming weeks, more of these aberrants appear. The Aeon Society steps in. People with strange powers are declared a subspecies, Homo sapiens novus, and are called novas. It is June 30th. The United Nations states novas have human rights and have responsibilities through the Zurich Accord. It is July 1st. Project Utopia makes its appearance and begins its great work to create a peaceful world that novas and baselines can share. It is December 4th. Doctors Mazarin and Rothschild reveal their studies of the MR coils within novas, marking the physical difference between them and humans. Baseline becomes a cemented pop culture term for non-novas. It is January 1st, 2020. Janos and Janice Kerrigan stand on the moon without spacesuits or vehicles. The light they emit is visible to observers on Earth. It is May 2021. Border wars in West Africa have erupted. Several nations hire Nova mercenaries for the first time. The conflict continues until November, when the UN and Project Utopia manage to negotiate a ceasefire. It is December 31st, 2022. There are over 900 novas worldwide. It is September 25th, 2023. A blast levels 30 square blocks in central Sao Paulo, Brazil. Thanks to the greatest sacrifice the firemen could make, casualties were limited to the thousands. It is October 31st. A nova calling himself Divis Mall takes over every avenue of communication worldwide. He recites the Null Manifesto and the philosophy of Terrace. He declares novas are not human and are their own sovereign species free of human laws. The Terrigen announce themselves soon after. It is March 2025. Project Utopia finishes the OpNet initiative, providing internet access around the world for free. It is April 2027. Mayor Frederick Rupert of Tampa, Florida, bans Terrigen-associated novas from the city. A Terret known as Sluice peacefully protests and is arrested. It is May. The Terret Garyon assassinates Mayor Rupert and promises the same fate to any who would threaten the lives or freedom of novas. It is August. Project Utopia receives an advisory seat on the United Nations Council. It is November. A group of aberrant faction Territs kill hundreds in an attack on downtown Los Angeles. It is December. There is over 2,000 novas worldwide. It is January 4th, 2028, and it's a chilly one this morning, folks. We're sitting at a nippy 10 degrees this morning, but it's going to feel like 4 with the wind chill we're expecting. So bundle yourself up for the day ahead. The high for today will be a cool 30 combined with nice clear skies. Let's take a look at the week to come. The news broadcast fades out, and we're met with a city in its early morning routine. Traffic and public transports are going through the daily motions. It's a beautiful sprawl of urban excellence. Every element of it designed with intent. This city is Novara, and it was designed by a Nova named Gilder. The city took 5 years to construct, and through extensive incentives and programs has swelled with a new population that includes both Nebraska natives and otherwise. And I think at this point, I want to go down the list. And Lane, why don't you explain to us Ross's place, who Ross is, what does he look like, and what's his morning routine as he is getting ready for the day?
Ross would kind of just with the radio in the background, eventually just turn it down, yawn as he's stretching to get himself ready in the morning. He's in his very early 20s, he may be 20, 21, a Nebraska native. He has a short mop of darkish brown hair that falls slightly over his forehead, obscuring his eyes a bit. He sits with just a tiny bit of a stoop, usually his hands in his pockets, but an expression that is calm and composed. Overall, a somewhat studious, reserved demeanor. He's pretty lean and tends towards casual clothing. Today he's just going to wear a flannel underneath of a nutri-colored sweater, pair of jeans, nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. When his hands are visible, they do show these faint smudges of like graphite, ink, maybe, hinting at his countless hours sitting over blueprints, drawing up diagrams. He came to Navarre looking to be a student of the architecture here. And thus we find him in his dorm room. A double. One that's usually not the most well kept. It's not filthy, but there's just clutter everywhere. Not too worried about the organization, save his desk, which is immaculately kept. Blueprints laid across it, various diagrams visible on his laptop. It's pretty early morning, so he's just going through the motions. Brushing his teeth, taking a shower, trying to scrub, failing at the graphite stains that he's accumulated over time. Sighing with a bit of resignation. Eventually, starts to hear movement, however, because, like I said, it's a double. He's not alone in his dorm room. Someone else stays with him.
Gotcha.
And
So you're staying at the dorm, so you're on campus.
Currently, yeah.
Fantastic. So you are afforded the comfort of not having to be up super early. Unless that's what Ross's preference is.
About 6 a.m., usually.
Gotcha. Okay. So he's got things more together than most college students.
Yeah,
Rolling out of
yeah.
bed 10 minutes before class.
At least seemingly.
Yeah. Right. Skolex, why don't you tell us about Zara and where she's staying and everything?
Zara is staying at her big apartment that her parents bought for her, and she has no morning routine. She's still hungover from the night before, and she just doom scrolling, checking her Instagram feed, making sure that everybody is all right and that they know where she was last night. And yeah, just waiting for the time to come to go pop into class in her music, let's say music theory or whatever. She's studying that.
Okay. And what does Zara look like?
Zara has some Arabic origin. She's a beautiful, a voluptuous lady that yeah, slight mulatto tones. Some have even compared her to Beyonce, but yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, Sutak, why don't you tell us about Moses a little bit?
okay, so before you heard Lane talk a bit about Ross and that Ross has a roommate, the roommate would be Moses. That would be my character. Moses is kind of, in a lot of things, opposite to Ross. he is definitely a totally extroverted person. He wants attention. And one of the ways he makes this obvious is by dyeing his hair green, as well as his facial hair. Moses has like unkept, shortish hair and mustache. Other than that, he likes to mostly wear jogging outfits, sometimes of famous brands, sometimes are not, usually just one colored. He is here studying basically PR and, well, content, social media, because that's what he wants to be. He wants to be an influencer. He is normal height, a bit lanky in the way he's built, and most of his time he spends filming himself doing one or other forms of like movement. He likes to do parkour. He's been doing it most of his life. First just as a kid, just climbing trees, and after that, like proper parkour. And the other way he likes to move is Kung Fu. He's trained various forms. So this is actually what he bases his content on, and well, that and pranks. So yeah, I think that's it about him, unless you have some follow-up questions.
So let's clarify what you mean by pranks. What kind of pranks are we talking? We're talking harmless pranks, or we're talking really shitty, like shouldn't be doing that type shit.
So what one of the things he often does is he started first by dressing into a monkey suit, but he does it with monkey suits and other suits. He kind of does parkour, gets up a building, then quickly gets down, scares someone because they don't expect a monkey to jump in front, then he runs back up. Sometimes he kind of steals a hat or something. He gives it back later, but it's kind of the way he interacts.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Fascinating. Very fascinating.
Very harmless pranks.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So far.
Nobody's had a heart attack yet.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just the one, but the ER is Novara is great, so.
True.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys you're going through your morning routines, getting ready. You head to your morning classes. Classes are as they usually are. Granted, it is fresh after the holidays. It's the first week back. You can tell everybody is, even your professors are generally openly like, I know, first day back. Just take it slow today. Get your stuff out to take notes, blah, blah, blah. Everybody is slowly getting back into the motions. It's a pretty relaxed day. Go through your early classes, go to another class. It becomes evident moving to your second class that there's some kind of protest happening on campus. There are a bothersome group of people that have accumulated on the campus that are at first seem to be just some maybe like parents that are visiting, but like as more people showed up, it became clear like, no, this is something else going on. And this isn't entirely foreign to you guys either. You've been here about a year. The University of Novara has been a hotspot of all kinds of rallies, speeches, protests, what have you. The only question is, who are these people? What are they going to be on about? Is this going to be a problem? Because there have been instances where campus security has had to escort people. There have been situations where police have gotten involved. Although nothing's ever been violent. It's been tense for sure. There's been concerns historically over these past 3 years that the campus has been active. But everything's been reasonably controlled. But these people, it comes pretty clear, they're going to be the loud anti-Nova types. Some of them are bringing signs. Some of them are recording on phones. They are very loudly decrying that the worship of Novas is wrong and that this campus is a testament to the sin of Nova worship. That you all are being brainwashed. You are being kept under the thumb of Nova supremacists. There is signs saying Gilder is a terror, open your eyes. There are more signs of all terrors are terrorists, Novas are demons, so on and so forth. So it seems this is going to be the brand of protest today. There are some students that are either, depending on your views, bravely or stubbornly arguing with these people. Not a ton of them. Most of the students have become inured to this sort of thing. This isn't new to Novara. You guys would know this. Ever since you've been here, there have been, especially people from outside the city, coming into the city to protest, demonstrate, generally complain about Novas. Because Novara is a city built by a Nova. What better place to bitch about it than the alleged perfect city in the United States? A city so immaculately designed by inhuman hands. And yet, these people would demonize it. How you feel about that is your own, but the students align with that line of thinking of, look at all the great things Gilder has done for the people here. Look at how amazing this city is. Look at the great work Team Tomorrow does on behalf of Project Utopia. What about all the other things Project Utopia has done? And of course, the old, now feeling old, even though it was only months ago, the old talking points of, well, look at what Garyon did. Look at the violence that happened in LA. These Terrats are dangerous. And it seems that Terrat also equates with all Novas with some of these people. But fellow classmates get entangled in these arguments, and some of them are quite loud. There's some shouting. Are any of you the sort that are the kind to engage with this, or are you like most of the school where you are inured and it's just background noise as you go about your day? I'm seeing some debating faces.
Yeah. I know that if anybody's going to jump in, it's going to be one of the other two. So I'm already looking to them just like, guys, can we not? It's just those Michael Archangel guys. They're not worth it. I just sat through the driest Calc 2 class. I don't need anything more obnoxious in my morning.
It's just gonna be a quick video, man. Just maybe 1-2 minutes max, and then I'll be right back with you. You can just go ahead, man. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all.
I'm gonna have to drag you out of this. Okay.
I mean, I can even do it from a distance, like 7 meters from them. It doesn't have to be right in their face. It's. I mean, you
Yeah.
can even hold the camera, man. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, that went really well last time. Yeah, you're right.
Let's not talk about last time. Today's a new day, new opportunities.
Oh my God. Okay, give me your phone, Raj. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. All right. So Moses will kind of go to the 7 meters away from them, and he'll just kind of start acting like he's reporting. And basically, he'd be saying something along the lines, coming to you straight from, and then I don't know what the name of the location is,
It's
but
just
like
it's just the University of Novara.
okay, yeah. Coming to you straight from the University of Novara. Today we have a group of followers of Archangel Michael, or what? I don't know. I don't know how exactly they're named, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, they kind of following an Archangel. Last I checked, angels were supposed to be good, trying to get everyone to work together, but they're saying that Novas are bad. They're saying that, and then he kind of starts to stop, stutter, stumble, and he's like trying to like,
Oh,
and he's like, That'll be good. That'll be good, man. I'll edit it and I'll get something out of that. Yeah.
that was a disaster. Oh my God.
Yeah. There are definitely some that notice you doing that. It looks like one guy considers saying something, but seeing how you're like tripping over yourself, they're like, whatever. They just keep with their picket line, essentially, with their signs, and just keep chanting, stop worshiping Novas and other heinous shit. I might, you know what? If you go to post it, we'll make a roll for it then to see if you can edit it together to make it supreme.
All right.
Here's your
Yeah,
phone
you
back, man.
guys.
Unbelievable.
What you? If I
It's
don't
just,
try, I
it's,
can't.
never mind, man.
I'm not
Never
gonna
mind.
think about it. If you never drew, you'd never get better, right? Right?
I don't draw. Okay, sure. I guess. Can
There
we
you
just get
go,
out of
Andy.
here, please?
Okay.
I want to deal with him today. Okay, thank you. Let's go.
Yes. We're going.
Yeah. You guys move on to your next class. It's one of the general classes you guys all share. It's the digital literacy class. Everybody is required to take it. So it's one of the classes you guys share, regardless of the interest you're doing. But it's a class. It talks about the basics of living in a digital world. A lot of this stuff is kind of secondhand to you guys, but there's also stuff that's like this would have been useful to know like years ago. Like there's stuff about talking about like how to actually write a professional email and not treat email like a glorified text messaging service. And such, as well as like how to actually do research, especially on like the opnet, now that it's a lot more powerful, more advanced version of the internet. Because the opnet is also like you guys grew up having internet, but the opnet's pretty new still. So it's like a lot of tips and tricks for getting more bang for your buck out of it. Not that you're spending anything on it, but amongst many other things, how to do presentations, all that fun stuff. It's maybe not the most useful class depending on what you're planning on doing, but you can extract nuggets of useful information out of it. It's definitely a at least make an effort and you'll pass. You don't need to sweat a lot of bullets about this class. However, part of the way through the class, there is a loud bang, followed by several loud bangs. Your initial instinct is, are those fireworks? But as you hear a dull roar of people's voices, it becomes clear that those are not fireworks. And the room, many of the students begin to panic. People start grabbing their things and start running for the doors. The professor tries to say, no, don't leave. But people are already bolting. They're not listening to him. And he is quickly fishing his keys off his desk to potentially lock this room down. What are you guys doing?
Is there like a window or something in this classroom that we can maybe see something out of? See what the commotion's about?
Yeah, there is. The doors, this is kind of a, while the classroom is not full, it's a stadium seated styled room. The doors at the back have little windows that you could see out of, but there is also down at the professor's level, there is a exterior window that looks out on part of the campus. Are you preferring to go down to where the professor is or to where the doors are? Granted, the doors are constantly being flung open by people running through them.
Right. Yeah. No. If that's the way that everybody else is moving, maybe we could go against the grain. Try to make it down there. See if we can
Sure.
get to where the professor's at.
Okay. As you guys are making your way down to where the professor is, you can, even though you're going for the window, he like starts talking to you guys and is like, hey, stay in here. We can lock the room down, shut out the lights, follow procedure, just remain calm. You're going to the window, looking out. There are some people that are running off to the right of the window. There's some people standing around kind of confused, but you can more succinctly next to the window hear another couple pops.
I press record on the cell phone.
Ever the time.
I'm just recording what's happening. I'm not speaking. Like Moses is not speaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just like a bit on the panic in the room, then a bit on back on the window, and yeah.
So, what are you doing? He's recording. What are you guys doing?
Sarah would like to take any excuse to get out of class, so she would go with the flow and exit into the hallway.
Okay.
What do you?
No, come back. What? Oh, again.
Sorry, you're heading out into the hallway. There are students rushing in both directions in the hallway. You're not sure where the right way to go is, until you hear a report of gunfire off to your right that is echoing down the hallway.
She hears gunfire.
Yes.
Opposite direction. Exit.
Okay. You turn left. You guys see Zara. She goes out the door, looks to the right. You hear the echoing pops, and then she starts going left. What are the two of you doing?
I'm just gonna look to our professor. Just sorry, and like I'm running up the stairs after where Zara went.
Yeah, if he's doing, I'm bolting as well, following her.
Okay. So you both are running after her. The three of so the two of you get out the door. The three of you are running down this hallway. Zara, you're ahead, obviously. So you're the first to see there are people running for one of the doors. There is this is a large hallway, so there is like two sets of double doors. You know this like connects to a courtyard, and across the courtyard you can access another part of the campus. People seem to be trying to go to the far side of the campus to potentially escape through that route, since the violence seems to be happening over here. You're running to those doors. Behind you, the gunfire is getting progressively louder, and there are screams. Zara being in the lead, there is a lot of people around. Why don't you go ahead and give me the first roll of the game?
Hey,
I want you to make let's see. Give me, because of the nature of the situation, survival, and I would say I think cunning would probably be the most appropriate here.
okay. So, let's see here. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize,
You're
but
good.
what do I wear?
So remember the little D10 button? You can press that to open core, and you can select your skill and your attribute, and you can roll that. It's in the top right of your character sheet.
Okay. Upright. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's a little button. You click it, it opens the drop
Core.
down, and then you can hit core.
Good. Okay. I got it. And here we go.
Yeah. Bear with us, folks. I should have mentioned in the opening. While we have played a little bit of Trinity Continuum, all of us are still fairly new to it. And also a number of us are still new to using it on the official sheets on Roll20. So there may just be a little bit of a learning curve. So
It's gonna take
we
at least 3
appreciate it.
sessions and then
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We will learn. We will learn. Unlike some groups who ask the same questions for 50 sessions. Or more.
Oh sure.
Cough, cough. That's
Yeah.
not to name names.
I will say, first roll of the game being to escape during mass hysteria. I mean, if that doesn't set the tone, I don't know what does.
Yeah. One success, which is all you needed for this. Because everybody's running. And the interesting thing is that the way we can subconsciously pick out details that are odd. Because people typically keep their backpacks with them. They keep their stuff with them. This is a college campus. It's not a high school. People aren't sticking their stuff in lockers or anything like that. People carry only what they need, and they keep their stuff with them, which is why it sticks out very strange to you without really thinking about it, that there's a duffel bag next to the doors, unattended. Nobody's next to it. Nobody's grabbing it. Some people are running past it. It gives you just enough pause that when it erupts in smoke and fire, you're not immediately caught in the blast. However, you're going to go ahead and need to roll me a stamina and resolve as some of the shrapnel is coming at you.
At this
Now, the
point,
core roller will not let you roll 2 attributes, so you need to hit the general button under that same list, and you can just manually put in your stats for those.
oh my god.
Yep. I would
And
recommend, if you guys haven't yet, to pre-make a stamina plus resolve roll for area of effects on the roll page of the sheet.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Because stamina resolve is always for area of effect stuff. That is
at,
Gotcha.
like environmental hazards rather than just AoE attacks.
at this point, she is panicking a bit.
Oh yeah. 2 successes. You don't take any serious injury, but you do get a couple cuts and scrapes as you're not sure what, but shiny pieces of what you think might be metal or whatever, some kind of shrapnel goes flying past you, and you get a couple scrapes and cuts. You get, a couple pieces hit your face, a couple hit your arms. You think a couple pieces like have punctured your shirt. But all in all, not enough to actually constitute meaningful damage. But it hurts. It stings. Yeah.
She just wants to get out.
Well, the doors, the glass is shattered on 3 of the 4 doors. Not completely broken out of the frames, but you could potentially push through the frames or just push the doors open. There are a number of people that were much closer to the duffel bag that are injured, laying on the ground in various states of consciousness. Some are screaming. You're going to go push the doors through, or are you going to change direction? What's the plan?
She looks at them distraught, but she is in no position to help. She is just self-preservation, going out. Just get
Okay.
out of here.
Okay. You run past them. You step over one person, booking it for the door. They seem completely unconscious. You don't even fully process what you're looking at, but they look terrible. They don't look good. And you push your way through the door. The other side of the courtyard, you're running. Courtyard has people who are standing around, panic, screaming, "What do we do?" Some people are on phones. Some people are pushing through to the other side. Guys, you're shortly behind Zara. You saw the duffel bag go off. You saw all that, but you were far enough away that you weren't hurt. You see Zara is still going forward. She's pushing on. What are you guys doing?
God damn it. Number one priority is making sure that my friends are safe at the moment. So I'm making sure, I'm pretty sure Moses is faster than me, but make sure to stay behind him. Push him through the door when we get there. We gotta go get Zara. We gotta keep her from just running,
Yeah, Moses is kind of doing the same thing. Like unless is anyone like seriously injured from the blast?
Yes.
So I guess he would stand a bit, but let me just check for a second to see. I misremember. Yeah, like he has no dots in medicine, so not knowing anything, he would basically just keep running, but dial the emergency services.
Okay.
Teacher.
Okay. So you're dialing. Y'all are running, chasing after Zara.
Okay.
Zara, you're going, and ahead, you see a couple people stumble down to the sides of the hallways. There's the report of more gunfire as bullets begin ripping down the hallway in your direction. There is a moment of clarity for you. This is a do or die situation. As you can see, a dark figure down the hallway has a gun leveled at you with no clear reason as to why, but is planning to hurt you. In this moment, there is a welling of power. You may not even know it yet, but there is a instinct that takes over in this moment within the realm of what you as a player know Zara is capable of. How do you stop this guy?
She looks at him and just screams, "Turn away!"
Fantastic. There is a subconscious activation of something. There's almost like an unseen aura that surges out from you, and as you look at him with this intent, you tell him to turn away. You see him visibly pause. He just lowers the gun and he just turns around. What are you doing?
Running away in the opposite direction, getting
Okay,
out.
you're running back to the courtyard. Boys, you've heard somebody shout something, and Zara's coming back now as you're getting ready to step into the hallway.
Okay. Well, as long as she's running this way, I guess we could just maybe catch her and pivot off to the side of the wall, maybe, just so we're behind something.
There's someone
Okay.
with the gun there.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We'll deal with it.
You guys are stopped in the courtyard. There are other people here in the courtyard with you. They are similarly on the phone. Zutok or Moses, you're
Yeah.
trying to get a hold of emergency services. You finally get an operator, and there you go. Nuvar Emergency Services. What's your emergency?
Hello. I'm at the university here. There's multiple shooters and bombs going off. Please come fast.
Sir, we've had several calls already. Please remain calm. Get somewhere safe as soon as possible. Stay low. Do not engage unless you have no other choice. If you have no other choice, do everything you have to. But until then, remain unseen if you can. There's help on the way.
Sure, thank you. Sure. And I don't know. He either clicks, like he disturbs the phone.
Okay. So you're just hanging up.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you
We
hang
have
up.
to get out of here. We have to get out of here now.
Is there any place I can think of that's kind of like I'm in this place. I've been in this place for a year now. I know the ins and outs. A place to hide. Something that's like depending on where we are now. The
Here,
courtyard.
here in this courtyard, it is essentially a square space. There are some bushes around. There are some windows into some of the connected rooms that look into the courtyard. And then there is the door you guys just left and the door you guys were going to be running into. And that's it. And there is, from the direction you guys were running from, there is gunfire getting closer and closer.
Okay, so I'll just yell, let's run to where there's no gunfire, and I'll try to run towards the place where I hear Lee's gunfire.
Just get to the parking lot or something, yeah. Although, gunfire's getting closer, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to be coming around. He's going to be coming through the doors.
Yeah.
The hell am I thinking? Okay. You guys should go. I'm gonna stay right here.
Dude,
Zara is hyperventilating. She's like,
if-
"What's
It'll be all right.
happening?"
It'll be fine. I can get him. I'll subdue him. Okay. Just get out of here. Get to the parking lot.
dude,
Okay.
if you're going on, if you're staying, I'm staying, man.
Okay, well, then get on the other side of that door. Then.
Sure.
Okay.
and I.
So
Sorry,
you
you
guys are
hide at least behind the
scheming.
bush, man. If you're, yeah.
So you guys are scheming an ambush.
Yeah.
The gunfires get closer. There are still some people that manage to filter in, and they're screaming. They run around the corner past you guys. Everybody else that's in the courtyard are huddled out of line of sight from the doors. They're freaking out. In the distance, you can start to make out the wail of police sirens. You, amongst all the noise, can barely make out the sound of footsteps stomping closer. Maybe somebody running. You hear a metallic clack on tile floors, and then the snapping of something metallic fitting into something else metallic. And then a cock of a rifle. As the barrel of the gun comes through the door frame, Moses, the moment comes where you move faster than you've ever moved before.
Okay, so I mean, what Moses would do, with knowing what he knows, he would probably know to get kind of under the barrel, almost crouching in a monkey-like kung fu moment, and then to his goal would be kind of to elbow the guy, and from that go into a motion where he takes away the gun.
Absolutely. Guy's not ready for this. He's not prepared. He was expecting just some baseline college kids. And you know the intent of what you're doing. And to you, it does seem fast, but it doesn't seem unnatural. The movement flows as you expect it to. But to everybody else, blink of an eye just happens. They can take a moment to process what happened, but to you, it's like real time. You take the step forward, you get low, you elbow him and snatch the gun in one fluid motion. The guy goes stumbling back, clutching at his nose. As you can immediately see, there's blood running down into the this cloth that he has wrapped around his head. It is soaking into the cloth. Gray turning into this dark red. You can't see his face. He's got sunglasses. He's wearing a ball cap. He's wearing a jacket and has a backpack on. He also has like a bandolier of magazines. And you're holding this assault rifle in your hand. What do you do? You have the gun.
Is there anyone behind him?
At the moment, no. You see injured students all over the floor, up and down the hallway, but you don't see any other hostiles.
I just keep repeating, like at first I'm confused. Get on the floor! Get on the floor! Get on the floor!
Okay. He blood oozing out of his nose. He's swearing something, and the realization that he's not armed seems to finally set in. And he does not immediately comply. He seems unsure of what he should do in this moment. He clearly did not plan on being disarmed.
I just keep yelling the same thing. Basically,
You're going to keep yelling at him.
yeah, he's not used to firefights, so get on the floor. Get on the floor.
I'm going to leave it to chance what he does, because he's not going to be thinking rationally right now. Interesting.
Fair.
He starts taking the backpack off.
Okay, that's the moment where like he's focused on him. He's got the gun pointed at him. I'm gonna leap forward from where I'm at, and I'm just gonna wrap my arm around his neck and just like put him in a chokehold, more or less.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you start you get him in a chokehold. And he starts reaching down for his pot, like he tries to like fight to get you off, and he's going to start to reach for a knife. Um Go ahead. Let's make this we're gonna make this a contested roll.
Sure.
This is going to be close combat and strength.
Okay. Sure. Let me go ahead and get that set up here.
There you go.
Okay. Close combat and might. There we go.
Yes. Yeah, no.
Ooh.
He reaches for the knife, he has it, and he tries to start stabbing you in the arms with it, but you manage to get enough control over him that you're able to mostly control the motion of his arm, not entirely, but you've got both like his arm and his like head in a lock where he can kind of flail his arm a little bit, but he can't fully reach you with it. A couple times the point nicks you a few times. But he's putting up a fight. Are you just going to restrain him, or are you going to try to choke him out?
He's got to stop. I'm not thinking about the consequence right now. He's just got to stop.
Mhm. Okay, so
So
you're going to just start
yeah.
suffocating him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's not like the movies when you're actually trying to suffocate somebody. They don't magically pass out after a few seconds. It is a long, protracted struggle as he is fighting like his life depends on it, but so are you. Um, you're not trying to kill him, you're trying to protect yourself. But he knows he's trying to kill you, and he is expecting the same in return. And long several moments pass. Moses, you're sitting there watching this happen
Oh,
as it just seems to go on forever.
I
Just
mean,
this struggle.
if I can interject, Moses
You can.
would basically use the. I don't really understand if he's got the knife grappled. If
He's
Ross
essentially got like his head locked in one arm where he's constricting around his neck with one arm, and then he has the other arm controlled with his free arm. So
okay,
he's
then Moses would just step in and use the butt of the assault rifle to basically bash
hit
his
him in the
head in.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hit him in the
Yeah.
face.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me a close combat roll. Let's see how close combat and strength. Let's see just how well you do. If he immediately knocks out, or if you got to tap him a couple times.
Okay.
Timing matters here.
See.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I usually put it in that I'm gonna be using dexterity, but for this one it's gonna be strength, so I have to type it in. Yeah.
Is there any
Um,
bonus to this roll? Any enhancement or like bonus dice because he's being restrained, or is it just so chaotic?
Yeah, tell you what, I'll give you +2 enhancement on this
okay.
Okay.
because he's being restrained. His head can't move anywhere.
Okay. Well, not 40, just 4.
Whoa.
Plus
That would be
2
a lot.
enhancement. Am I rolling for 7 or for 8 right now?
It's 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 7 because you have erupted at this point.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
5
absolutely.
successes.
5 successes, 100%. You only needed 3 to make it immediate. Which that +2 enhancement was doing a lot of work for you there.
Yes.
So if you want, you can add those 2 extra to the pool, to the momentum pool.
Yeah. If I remember, we can do that by ourselves, right? Or
Yes,
no?
you can. You guys should have rights to the token. But you
Did
raise up the butt of the rifle. You find a good moment, and then you just full force right on the temple. And there's like a sputtering gargle as some of the blood from his nose has been running into his mouth. And he goes limp. His hand around the knife very slowly. The fingers kind of release bit by bit until finally the knife clatters to the ground as he loses consciousness.
Oh, this guy doesn't take no for an answer.
And his sunglasses, one of the lens was smashed in the process, and his hat's been knocked off in the struggle. Just looks like some guy. Just some white guy. Completely unimpressive in any way.
You okay?
I'm fine. I just don't know what to do with this. I not like I know how to shoot it.
I don't think you should be holding it anymore. Like, good job getting it away from him, but like, put it down. Just take the mag out and put it down.
But what if someone else comes? What if there's more of them? There's more
We're
of
not
them for
gonna
sure.
We're not gonna shoot him, are we?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to shoot him, but I don't want him to shoot you or anyone else as well. So
Look, if cops roll up on us and you're holding an assault rifle, it's done, right? Like,
I'll just toss it in the bushes then.
all right.
Okay.
Sorry, are you okay? You all right?
We gotta get out of here. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm looking in the hallway. There's no one else.
Yeah, you're looking around. As you're looking around, there's more shouts in the courtyard as two individuals are on the roof of the building, leveling assault rifles into the courtyard.
Shit.
Ross. It doesn't take long. In that instant, you are aware. There's nowhere to go. It's fish in a barrel right now with all those people in the courtyard.
Oh, God.
What happens to these two men when you erupt?
They're just shooting down into the courtyard.
They're going to.
Right?
Any second now. So what happens to them?
They can't. They gotta die.
Zara shouts, "Shoot each other!"
Interesting. That command goes out. They pause, look at each other as they begin to raise their guns. Something happens. They begin to wither. Their knees buckle under their own weight. Their skin begins to blacken and crumple like burning paper. The muscle underneath doing the same. They let out agonized cries of horror as they are literally stripped apart at an atomic level. And for a moment, it is relief. But then the true horror begins to set in as the same fate besets everybody else in the area. All of the other students in the courtyard begin to suffer the same situation. I need Skolex and Zutok, I need you both to give me stamina resolve rolls.
Okay.
What are we rolling?
Stamina and resolve.
Does Mega Stamina come in here, or am I normal right now?
You're erupted. So yes.
Okay.
If you have anything that helps against environmental damage, it will help here.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Where is the button? There. Oh, I'm good. I will not wither and die.
7 is great.
Fantastic. Yes. You both did awesome. Yeah. So you both feel this, you don't even know how to describe it. It's not quite burning, but it feels like something is trying to tear at you. It's like you're being pulled in two directions across your very skin. But it's also like this biting, scratching, like tingling, almost burning sensation. But it doesn't find purchase. And you can't do anything but watch as every other baseline around you is broken down into this, not even charred, but this sort of like desiccated, raisin like corpse in normal clothes. Their clothes, their bags, their phones, completely unaffected. The grass begins rotting away, the bushes rot away, the branches of the bushes snap under their own weight as they break down into nothing. The sirens are so very close, and you guys are sitting there trying to process what's going on when there is a rushing sound of air. And before you is a man in a full body suit, metallic green, with bright green lights emanating from the helmet. And there is a black woman with him in a red and blue and gold trimmed suit. You would recognize these as Doc Velocity and Slowburn. And immediately the Doc is like, Slowburn, one of them is, somebody's doing something. And they look around and assess, and Slowburn eventually sets her eyes on Ross. And immediately that feeling fades as she holds up a hand and shuts down your power. It is a weird sensation where it's almost like a part of you has been cut off for the moment. A part of you didn't know you had until seconds ago, but it's now gone. And what do you guys want to do?
Just, how much carnage was wrought before Slowburn and Doc showed up?
The students in the hallway? Just at least a dozen eyeballing it. It's hard to say. In the courtyard, about 20, 25 maybe. It's hard to tell. They're all clumped together in a huddled, frightened mass. Even the bodies in the hallway seem to be affected by whatever you were doing. They've shriveled up as well.
Horrible, but I think there is maybe a bit of clarity here too. I'll look up to the both of them. You can shut this off? Like, for good?
Lowborn, she pauses, looks to Doc Velocity, back to you. Not for good, kiddo. It's going to be okay. Just, I know this is a lot, but just deep breaths. It's going to be okay.
I'm going to break away from my friends here and then go underneath where I assume they're both in the air, or maybe they're on the ground. I'm just going to go to where they're at.
They're on the ground. Neither of them
Okay.
can fly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It looks, to be clear, it looks like Doc Velocity carried her in going at super speed.
Okay, gotcha. Understood.
Yeah. The Doc looks at the other two of you, turns back to Slowburn. I'm registering 2 other signatures. They're all Novas. It's like, okay, thanks. It's like, I'm going to go round up the rest. And just blur of green gone.
What just happened? What does he mean we're Novas? What?
The Doc has an instrument for picking up on quantum signatures. You guys are, well, I would like to say that it's, I'm just going to be blunt. It's not uncommon for people to erupt during high stress situations. It's not, you haven't done anything wrong, okay? Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So wait, Ross, you did this, or what happened? I don't get it.
I I'm just looking back and forth between everybody who's just been desiccated. I look back to Slowburn like I can't stay here. We gotta get me somewhere, right?
Listen, help is coming. I got you right now, okay? I've got you. You're not going to hurt anybody. It's okay. Just
Okay.
deep breaths. Everything's going to be fine. Doc is taking care of the last of them. The police are already here. SWAT is here. Counterterrorism is on the way. Everything's going to be fine.
Okay.
We got you.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay. 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 I'll just shaky breaths.
Yeah. It's an uncomfortably long time, despite slow burns, promises that everything's under control. It's all over. It's a lot of waiting. It is about an hour before people get to you and can escort you off the premises. They had to sweep the place for bombs and everything. When they escort you off the premises, there is a special van waiting for you guys. It's a black passenger van. Inside, it's comfortable seats, nice leather seats. Slowburn goes with you. Doc Velocity stays behind to clean up. It's an unmarked vehicle. No clear who it belongs to. But considering Slowburn is with you, it wouldn't be a stretch to say this might be a Project Utopia vehicle for discreet transport. You get in, and there are reporters before you get in. Some of them try to ask you questions, but Slowburn shuts them down. We're not taking any questions right now. And just blows them off, stonewalls them entirely. and gets you guys into the van. On the road, Slowburn says, look, we're on our way to a rash out facility right now. It's going to be a few hours drive, but we have a smaller, discreet one that we can get you to. When we're there, we can assess the extent of your eruptions and maybe find some solutions. There will probably be at some point a desire to get official statements from you guys on what exactly happened. I would recommend cooperating. Just the full truth. Everything that happened. Don't embellish anything, but don't lie either. Just explain what happened. They will pass their statements along to law enforcement. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. The ride is long. You can tell it is. I'm not going to tell you how you are going to feel during this ride, but Slowburn seems to be a woman that wears her feelings on her face. She seems strained doing this. It is clearly an effort on her part to maintain suppressing whatever is going on with Ross for this entire ride, because she is maintaining a power that is supposed to be something you use in a fight for like 30 seconds, maybe a couple minutes. Maintaining that for hours is exhausting. But she's holding it up. You guys hear her get some kind of call on an earpiece. She's talking to somebody. She makes note that we need some kind of disruption unit, because she doesn't know how much longer she's going to be able to hold this once they get there. The rush out facility is in just a discrete part in Nebraska, not near any major cities, outside of any towns, on a discrete piece of hilly land. You get there. It's all in all nice facility. Not that you have time to really take it in, but the staff there looks like a bunch of like doctors, maybe even scientists. They get you in there, start asking questions, start hooking you all up to machines. They pull out a device that is essentially a type of harness, and they put it on you, Ross, and they tighten it up a little bit, and the lady who's putting it on you, it's like, is this too tight? As she is tightening it.
No, it's okay, thanks.
Okay. And then they hit a couple switches, and there is this sort of buzzing it does. And it's literally vibrating where you can like feel it in your bones for a few seconds, and then it finally subsides. And then Slowburn visibly just lets out a breath and a sigh of relief and seems to relax. And looking around, the harness at the moment seems to be doing the trick. You guys are hooked up to machines, and they begin running tests. All kinds of tests. And it's a long evening going into the night. There are a couple moments where you're able to get some brief snacks, but no full meals. There's a lot of questions asked along with these tests. Your medical history, where you grew up, your name, your date of birth, all of that stuff. Anything that might be important, figuring out who you are, what's the life you led. Did you notice anything leading up to your eruption? What was the circumstances of the eruption? And then, of course, somebody in a business attire, we'll say, button up, slacks, dress shoes, fields some questions that clearly came from law enforcement. Was there any warning signs of this kind of thing happening? Anything unusual about the morning stick out to you? And then details of the event, asking you to recount everything that happened from your perspectives. The gentleman thanks you for your time and leaves you all to it. It's not until about 9 o'clock at night where you're finally in a sort of cafeteria where you're able to get some food, get a proper meal. It's at this point in time you may not necessarily understand or at least come to full grips with the reality of the situation, but you are aware of the extent of most of your capabilities as a Nova. Anything that is like physically apparent about you, any transformations, as well as any additional durability, some enhanced intellect may be known about, some social ability may be known about, but things that would be really hard to test for, you may not know entirely yet. That doesn't mean you can't use these powers. It's just they'll come up out of instinct. But things that are easily testable, you definitely know about at this point. So strength, speed, durability, problem solving, perception, blowing stuff up, murdering everybody around you passively without trying to, stuff like that. And you guys are here at 9 o'clock at night in a strange place, in a temperature controlled but cold feeling cafeteria. Tile floors, fluorescent lights, cold metal chairs, cold fake wooden table. The food is okay. It's not great. It's not terrible either. But it's, some corn, maybe like a Salisbury steak or something akin to it. Some kind of protein and a nice gravy. A little bit of maybe cornbread perhaps, or something with carbs. Just a nice balance of high energy stuff. Not that a Salisbury steak is good for you, mind you, but
Not at
sometimes you just need shit that is going to give you a lot of stuff into your system.
Mm-hmm.
And bottled water to drink. There are some facility staff nearby, but they're out of immediate earshot. They're giving you guys some space.
Did we through this process get to know what each other's capabilities are, or were we secluded each in our own part and learning separately?
You guys would have, not for the point of specifically excluding you guys, but just the nature of the facility would meant that you guys would have been in separate rooms at times, and in times you were in the same room, you were far enough apart where you wouldn't feasibly be able to have a conversation. Because of all the different equipment stuff that's used, it's just, you're not going to be right next to each other.
Oh, okay, guys. So is this actually real? Is this happening? Are we erupted? What is up? You, I'm, ah,
I,
I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't know. You said our
I really,
transformations have manifested by now?
Yes.
So
It would
Ross
have
doesn't even
slowly
look.
happened over the last few hours, but they have
Let's
happened.
see. Ross doesn't even look human right now, in a way.
oh,
His skin is gray,
okay.
and it's contracted around his musculature. To where there are like small wrinkles where there shouldn't be, but tight, almost see-through layers of skin in certain parts. There are parts of his skin that have burst open with these yawning voids underneath. Can't see what's under there. There should be muscle, but you don't see anything. And his eyes are like glowing red orbs at the moment.
Okay. Um, are, I mean, so far as I'm concerned, I seem I've gotten only the good parts, except these little wing thingies. Like, so Moses would have little wings both on his arms and his legs, akin to the god Hermes, for like to help reference the image. But man, what you you decay? You make things die? What do you do? I don't get it.
I don't. Apparently so.
I, man.
I don't. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, at least the thingamajig stops it, right? It
Yeah, but not forever. It's got a power source. I can feel it. It's got to be powered, but it's not attuned to me, so I can't do anything about it. It's going to run out at some point.
I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let you just AoE kill everybody. So they're gonna.
Well,
There's a
what am I
solution
supposed to
here.
do? Am I supposed to stay here the whole time? Where they have these
Man,
things? Am I just supposed to live here now?
maybe you just become really good friends with Slowburn. I don't know.
Well, that's not feasible either. You saw how exhausted she was after that car ride.
Yeah. And what about you, Zara? You just say stuff now? I don't. Can you tell him to be fine?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
There's got to be positives, right? Like you didn't develop the ability to just destroy everything around you, right? You got something better than that, right?
Yeah. I'm fast. I guess that's what I am. Which is good. It's kind of always what I want it to be, but it's I don't care about me right now. I mean, fuck, we need to help you. We need to find something, man.
I need to talk to whoever designed this. I need to someone else who has things that I can put together. Something. I can see the flaws in this thing. I can work with that. I just
What? What do you mean you can see the flaws in this thing?
It's not attuned to me. If it was attuned to me, then it would feed off of the energy that I'm producing. Maybe it would produce like a feedback type loop where power inverts on itself and it cancels everything out. Something like that.
You're using big words again, friend. You're doing the sciencey thing, like kindergarten. Come on, kindergarten level. Dumb it down for me.
Think I can cancel it on my own, but I need to be able to work. I need to find some things to put together. I don't know if they have that here or if I need to go back to the garage or something.
Oh, okay. You just breathe. You just think of the list. I'll go ask the nice people there to see what we can do about it.
All right. No. Okay.
And I just run off to the people. You said there's somebody near.
Yeah, there are some staff there. They're kind of on standby. A couple of them are eating, but a couple are sitting there chatting with them. They're clearly there to be available for you. So you run over to them, and one of them looks up and goes, "Yes."
Okay, so I think my friend here can I don't mean to be rude. I know we just came here, but I think my friend can make a better vest or whatever that is than the one he currently has, so that we don't all have to die because we're standing near him. Can you get him the things that he needs?
Yeah. Let me. They start getting up and pulling out their phone. Let me. Yeah, let me get a hold of one of the folks over at R&D. Um, why doesn't he come with us? We'll take him. Uh, we'll take him to the one of the rooms where he can work. We have tools and stuff. We yeah. They get on the phone and they start making a call as they wait by the door for Ross.
Um, they're saying they're okay, man.
Really?
They're,
Really?
yeah. I mean, I guess. Well, I guess we just asked for stuff. I mean,
Thanks. I'm just kind of all over the place right now. I'm kind of somewhere else. Just tools would be good. I need to think. I need to think. And I'll.
So yeah, they're on the phone, they're talking. You're not even really processing what they're saying as the gears are turning. You're scheming, you're planning, you're figuring things out. They bring you into this work area as a more appropriate term than just a room. It's a place with several workbenches, lots of different tools, some material and stuff. They're running you through everything that is available to you. When suddenly there is that borderline robotic voice that you recognize as coming from Doc Velocity as he approaches one of the workbenches and sets down this pile of what looks to be cloth. You're going to need this, kid.
Is that what I think it is?
It's U-fiber.
Yeah.
Look,
That's.
as somebody who wears a suit all the time, if you're going to wear a suit all the time, you're going to want this in that suit. Trust me.
Yeah. Thanks. Wait, did you made yours too, right? Like you made it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to impose, but I got to make sure that this is airtight, that nothing is wrong with it. Do you mind giving me a few pointers?
Kind of pauses for a second. This person in the room, Matter of fact, give me a an empathy roll.
Okay.
Attribute of your choice.
Oh my
Empathy.
Yep.
Um, and I suppose cunning would probably make the most sense. So I'm gonna go with that
Yeah, it's up to you.
to see if I catch it on the sly there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. 3 successes. So you not only pick up on the guy, but you're going to pick up on something about Doc Velocity here. This guy, he, for whatever reason, you pick up that this guy does not think Doc Velocity is the, yeah, I'll go out of my way and help somebody in my free time sort. You think you are inconveniencing him to ask Doc Velocity to do this. Not because Doc Velocity is a busy guy, but you think Doc Velocity might have a different reputation behind the scenes than he does on camera. That's what you get off of this guy's facial expression. Doc Velocity's pause, he genuinely seems to be thinking about your question, which is saying something considering he is also supposed to be super intelligent, that he needs to take time to consider what his answer is. It's not super long, but it's long enough for you to notice.
Yeah.
And he finally says, "Yeah, sure."
Great. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to work. Then I'll start reaching for whatever tools nearby, whatever's comfortable.
Yeah, you start reaching for some stuff, and in a blink of an eye, he's like blurred across the room multiple times, gathering things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I can keep up with that mentally, I guess.
Yeah. You can't visually process all of his movements, but it does not take, it's not hard for you to like mentally catch up to with what's going on. You can, in a way, keep track mentally of the things he's bringing and putting in front of you. Things seem to mentally connect at speeds you never thought were possible until now. Now things are like crystal clear. Even the most basic like relations and connections between things are instantaneous, practically. At the moment, it's a blessing. In time, who could say? But you begin the great work. While he's doing that, what about you two? You two are still in the cafeteria.
Well, I mean, I know I'm not gonna be building anything. Are you gonna be building anything?
No.
Okay. So, are we free to call people here? I mean,
Yeah. You have been advised, do not talk to anybody from the press or anybody you think who will blab to the press.
okay.
They advise that you, for the moment, keep things on a like need to know, like you can talk to loved ones and all that if you want, but everything on a need to know basis.
Okay. I think I'd
Yeah.
I guess Moses would have sent um what would he have sent? He wouldn't have sent
Yeah,
nothing.
whichever.
He's gonna start calling his dad, his mom, his
Yeah.
siblings just to tell them he's okay.
Yeah, your families, there's definitely like there are missed phone calls and messages
Yeah.
from family members because they have between then and now at some point have heard about what happened. and have been trying to get a hold of you guys, but you've been so caught up in all this other stuff, you've not had time until now to say or do anything. So start making phone calls and such. You know, telling the folks you're okay, all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
I think Moses would have just said that him and Ross actually fought one guy, and because of that, they're being detained to make sure everything's okay and stuff like that. He's not gonna tell everything right now.
Right. So you're withholding that you've erupted from your family.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
What about Zara?
Zara is just dissociating, trying to process what just happened here.
Okay. So
She's the
no.
only one. She just under
Okay.
stress.
So no contact to family, just totally dissociated.
Yeah,
Not
just
really.
staring blankly.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. A little while passes. You guys, you are essentially put up for the night while Ross is also working with Doc Velocity for several more hours. But come morning, Ross, it's done. Between you and Doc Velocity,
All right.
it's not like it's doable. Like the two of you team up and hammer this shit out.
Just looking at our work, just nodding. Yeah, this is great. This will do. This is thank you.
Yeah. Don't mention it.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Slowburn comes in. It's like, I heard my services are needed one more time.
Yeah, hey. So we built a thing um that can contain all
Yeah.
that horrible stuff, but I need to get in it. So
Yeah. All right. She holds up a hand and concentrates for a second. Okay. You can take the harness off.
reach up and hesitate for a moment. Eventually I'll take it off.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. Don't want to waste any time. Once I'm good there, I'll go ahead and open up the back, step inside, and let it seal over me.
Cool. You get the suit on. Now, would you like to describe what the suit looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is pretty advanced, I'd say, from the get-go, considering both of us worked on it.
Yeah.
It is it's like skin tight, looks to be a few years, maybe decades down the line. Smooth, segmented, and a bit metallic, like around the joints, with these faint glowing circuits that trace along the limbs. The head itself is encased in this transparent glass dome. And as he steps into it and his powers kind of activate on the inside, the dome begins to fill with smoke. This vapor that takes over most of it, so that the only thing visible after that point are those glowing eyes.
Okay. So, yeah, the suit kicks on. Your quantum energy feeds into it and powers it as you attune to it. And The aura is suppressed. Slow burn after a moment, seeing that it's on, stops disrupting, and nothing terrible happens. The suit functions.
I think we figured it out. I think it works. Oh, I'm not a fan of the filter. But I suppose we'll have to do.
Yeah, you'll get used to it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, I got places to be.
Sure.
And blurs out of the room.
Oh, and
Yeah.
There he goes.
Don't that's just how he is. It's
No, it's yeah. I get it.
Yeah. But it's good that that's been squared away. I'm not really good at this part. So, welcome to being a Nova, I guess. It's not the first time I've had to, you're not, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just, we don't get to choose what powers we have when we start out, you're not the first person I've had to shut down when they've erupted. So, it's not unusual.
Still, it would have been a lot worse if you hadn't showed up. So,
Yeah. Just, don't. I've seen how this goes before. Just don't beat yourself up too much over it. You didn't mean for it to happen. It's not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, right. Crisis contained. Everything's good. We need to move forward. Speaking of, what time is it? Where are Zara and Raj? Where are they at?
Oh, it's about 8 in the morning. I imagine they're probably waking up soon.
God. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I would seriously try to just take it easy. It's not really talked about a lot, but post eruption, it's a lot. You should give yourself some time to adjust mentally and physically, frankly. That's why we have these facilities, so you can kind of learn about yourself and take the time you need to take. And there'll be, I'm sure, a rep will show up at some point today, probably, if not tomorrow.
Oh, got a rep.
Yeah. Could be worse. Could be one of those Terrigen guys trying to brainwash you or some shit. Sorry, I probably shouldn't say that. It's kind of unprofessional.
I didn't even think about it. You're with Utopia, aren't you?
Kind of, yeah. Like I'm not Team Tomorrow, but yeah. Or the Doc and I are sort of auxiliaries. We're on payroll. We come in and help where we can. We're just not Team Tomorrow.
Okay.
Think about it kind of like Antaeus, Everybody knows he's Utopia, but he's not on a team. He kind of does his own thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. I think I'm good here. In fact, I think I'm in the right place. I might start, I'm going to let them wake up and then see where things go from there, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Take your time and eat some food.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. She gives you a wave and walks out. The two of you guys wake up. You're not in like a luxurious room or anything, but like the bed is not uncomfortable. It suffices. And the room you're in, it's got a small bathroom of its own, a small stand-in shower, if you're inclined, and there's a lamp next to the bed, but it's a nice small contained room that each of you are in your own little space that you slept in over the night. And you guys get up, um, and eventually, I would presume, meander your way over to the cafeteria to get some breakfast. There is pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, orange juice. Very classical breakfast. Even fixings too. Maple syrup, butter, whatever you want to slap on them pancakes. They even got chocolate syrup.
Moses is gonna be like yes to everything because
Hands to the
Moses,
plate. Fuck me up, fam.
yeah, yeah, because Moses is still gonna do his morning routine first, which is kind of a kung fu routine. But when he realizes he can do the whole routine in like 5 seconds, he's gonna keep doing the 20 minutes still, and after that, he's gonna be like very
Jesus.
hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. But the three of you are in the cafeteria again.
I like the makeover. You're safe now.
It'll
Ooh.
do. Yeah. It's suppressing everything. So I guess I'll take it.
The voice is cool though.
Oh God, is it? It's driving me crazy, but not much I can do about it now.
I don't know. I think it sounds cool, like a cool robot, something like that.
Sure. Okay. As long as it sounds cool, I guess.
I don't
Well,
know.
I forgot to put an induction board on this somewhere, so that'll be my next project. As I'm just staring at the food, realizing, oh, I can't eat any of this.
um, I tell you just take it off, but something tells me that's a big no-no.
Seems counterintuitive to the entire purpose of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I'm not really hungry, strangely. So I think we're all right.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Zara? Did you sleep at all?
Uh, a bit. I mean, this is all too sudden, too weird.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
lot.
I mean, I guess this is what I always wanted. But look at you. What happened to you? What happened to you?
Stuff happened. Things happened. I don't know. But things moving fast for sure. Not to alarm you, but spoke with Slowburn earlier, and there's gonna be someone to talk to us later. Uh, a representative from, I think, Utopia.
Utopia.
that's good, right? I mean,
I mean, yeah, could be worse. You know, I just don't know what to expect, really. But we got that to look forward to right now.
um, Yeah, I expect you're gonna be like the thing all villains fear now.
I,
Because you know,
sure. Why? Because I can just destroy him? I don't know if I could do that, actually, with the suit on. It's a lot of unknowns right now, that's for sure.
yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, technically, it's a cool heading. If I undress, you'll all die. But I don't know.
I think that's for a different opnet site entirely, so we're workshopping, I guess. Sure.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, did you call your folks?
Oh shit, no. Start reaching for like a phone.
Oh, yeah. Your phone has been exploded with messages, missed calls, and voicemails.
Oh Jesus. So
Yeah, it's
is that
not good.
300? Okay.
That's definitely triple digits of notifications.
Well, I guess I know what the next hour of my life's gonna be. It's-
What do you tell them?
oh boy. I can't exactly hide it because I mean they're gonna notice the way I'm speaking right away. So yeah, I guess I call my mom and just explain to the best of my ability everything that happened. Maybe maybe minus the part where I caused the withering of dozens, if not hundreds of people.
That's fair. Okay. So you explain the eruption, some of the violence, you leave out the horrid details, but you explain and that you've been at this discreet location getting taken care of. So her concerns are largely abated. Um, you were informed I was calling hospitals, I was doing this, I was doing that. I called the school, like all of this. Whole deal. Trying to find you, get a hold of you, all that. But okay. You get that cleared up. You also have to spend the time actually clearing out all the notifications on your phone
Yeah.
and emptying your voicemail box and all that. Um, is there anything you guys want to do before the rep arrives?
5 minute bathroom break?
Hey, guys, you want to take a break right now? We can do that.
I mean, I'm gonna take one, but yeah, if
Yeah,
everyone
sounds
We
good.
that,
can
that'll be
we
fine.
can
Yeah,
take an official 5 minute.
yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And then I just add a note on Quant. And we're back. So the day passes with just a few more tests that are generally pretty light. Um, you are actually able to access the OpNet and look at the news, see what exactly is being said about what happened. The news story is going that there was a group of allegedly disenfranchised members of the Church of Michael Archangel. The church denies having organized the attack or having any involvement. The church only organized a peaceful protest and that the actions carried on by the individuals was done of their own volition and under their own will and intent. There was, in total, 7 individuals that carried out the attack. The entirety of the details of how it was done are not fully understood yet, but the surface level look at things is that it was certainly pre-planned. There were suspicious bags armed with explosives set to remote detonators placed around the campus, and the crew that the attackers that pulled off the attack specifically strategized individual placement to cover as much of the campus as possible to maximize the harm inflicted. They found a sort of manifesto on one of the individuals where essentially they were claiming to be saving the souls of those poor children that were being brainwashed by pro Nova narratives. And that if this is what it takes to save them, then they'll be the martyrs to do so. That's not exactly what it says word for word, but that is the ethos of what they believed, essentially. And what better place to carry out the attack than the place of learning in a city built by Nova? There is a lot of outcry. There is also some, let's say, interesting turmoil going on social media. Ripple accounts are ablaze with people decrying the ridiculous nature of how far these religious extremists have gone. And there are some going so far as, like, this group needs to, like, the Church of Michael Archangel needs to be labeled as a terrorist organization. This cannot stand. They're not even, they hate Novas, but they're not even attacking Novas. They're attacking innocent people. There are, alarmingly, not an insignificant amount of people who are like, civilians shouldn't have been attacked, but is it really wrong to be afraid of Novas and their influence on the youth of today or people in general? Which is naturally sparking a lot of debate on social media. There has also been some footage of the attack cycling around on social media as well. Nothing explicit. If you guys do watch the videos, you'll see it's like shaky camera footage from mostly off of the campus or by students who got off the campus and didn't really see anything in specific. There's a lot of photos and videos of police outside the campus cordoning off the area, bomb disposal going in, SWAT rolling up. There is even a few videos of the green blur that is Doc Velocity going into the campus for the first time, and then additional blurs of him moving around the campus. And that's the other... Once again, I'm not going to tell you how to feel, but that's the other thing about this. In the social media, despite the nature of what happened, there are people kind of just being like, look at him go, Doc Velocity, saving the day again. And there are people just kind of being very fanish over the appearance of Doc Velocity and Slowburn on site, rather than really discussing the nature of what happened. And then there is the portion of the news and social media that is acknowledging, like, well, there were these other three people there, and there are photos of you three leaving in the company of Slowburn, getting into the van. Like, there are a number of shots of you guys leaving the campus and getting into that van. And of course, there's mentions that Slowburn said, no comment. We're not talking about it right now. You're just going to have to wait like everybody else. And of course, the media fully biting into it. N Network salivating over this. N Network has like specifically cropped each of your faces, and they sitting there and they're like, their talk show portion are sitting there in total rumor mongering, theorizing, like, who are these people? Did they erupt? Why are they leaving with Slowburn? They have to be Novas, right? What kind of powers do you think they have? And one's like, allegedly, there were a lot more bodies there than what are accounted for gunshot wounds. And they're like, oh yeah, what's your source? And they're like, I'll never tell, haha. Like, it's weird. Being on this side of it, it's really surreal. And yeah, that's what's going on outside your little bubble of whatever this is. But other than that, the strangest part of it all, the world's still turning. It's just another day. Despite your entire world being flipped upside down in response to a horrific act. It's a little while later. It's about 5 in the afternoon. You all are brought into a sort of meeting room. It's not too stuffy. It's a nice oblong table. Each of the chairs are actually like really nice, like rolling chairs, but they're leather cushioned seats. They can recline. I mean, they're really nice. There's a projector, whiteboard, and there's also like a complimentary like little coffee table there for coffee service. And you're kind of brought into that room, and there's a gentleman there. He's in a blue button-up shirt, khaki slacks, nice pair of dress shoes. It's kind of darker hair, but looks to be maybe a little mixed race. You think might be a little bit of Caucasian, a little bit of some kind of Asian. You're not really sure. But he nods to you all and says, "Good afternoon. I understand it's been a little chaotic, so we're going to keep it pretty light today. If you guys want to have a seat or grab a cup of coffee or whatever."
Okay. Yeah. Move in, have a seat.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I understand yesterday was a bit of a day. If there is a need or a desire to talk to someone, we can arrange for that. It's one of the many services Project Utopia can provide. So keep that in mind. But I'm mostly here to talk about Project Utopia and extend you the offer like we do with every Nova that comes in through our doors. To extend you the offer to work with us. To be clear, this is not necessarily an invitation to be Team Tomorrow. We get some Novas coming in that seem to think that they're entitled to be on Team Tomorrow. That's not necessarily the case. It takes a lot of work to be on Team Tomorrow. But Our doors are always open to any Novas that want to work with Utopia. Regardless of what your skill set is, we will find a place for you. It's part of our mission statement is to build, a better world. And part of that is finding where Novas like you fit in and fit into the grand scheme of the world. We have some ideas. We don't, if you wanted to join, we're not going to demand you to move or anything like that. Because as things stand right now, we're in a very interesting place to offer you, in my opinion, a very worthwhile proposition. Project Utopia is very interested in setting up a base in Novara. Not quite on the scale as a Team Tomorrow base, mind you, but a base for a team of auxiliaries to operate out of. There may be times where, like with all of our auxiliaries, you might be requested to help Team Tomorrow or help on other Project Utopia projects or attend events or what have you, but you would largely have your own time to do what you would like. We have a lot of resources to help Novas with their personal projects and everything. A lot of different support, be that, healthcare and such, but also if you need to be in contact with a certain person in a certain industry. As I understand, one of you actually has a knack for developing technology, it seems. For example, we have contacts to get you in touch with people who can provide materials at reasonable costs. Those kinds of things. Or if somebody is interested in, I don't know, doing a commercial for just a nice hefty paycheck. We know people. We can help organize those things for you. But aside from that, as an auxiliary, your time would be your own, except for when we request your help with projects and such. And as an auxiliary, it would be up to you to help. In those situations, you do have the ability to say no if you do not like the project or are not interested in doing it, but understand it may affect your future consideration for extending a hand to you first for doing projects. But I don't think it's going to be news to you, but I have to do the spiel. We believe in building a better world, a place that is welcoming to both baselines and humans, or baselines and novas, sorry. And of course, if you do want to move forward with being with Utopia, we need to be sure that you are trained for dealing with the immediate media, which is something we do automatically. It's not at a charge for you, but you will have to go through some training because the reality is it's unavoidable. We'll have to deal with the media at some point. So if you decide to join up, you'll get media training, and we're very confident that the Novara City Council is going to give way to our desires and enable us to build a headquarters in the city. We don't think Gilder is going to shoot that down if the council votes for it. And we are very confident the council will. If not, in Novara, it will be near Novara. Somewhere else where we can get the rights or the permissions to build. So at this point in time, we're not interested in asking you to move anywhere if you do join Utopia. We are only asking that you operate out of this headquarters in the area. Because this area, as I'm sure you all have seen firsthand, is tense. And there is potential for things to happen. And I think it would both help Novara as well as the world on the whole, as well as Utopia, to have more immediate eyes on site. For example, what happened yesterday. If Dock Velocity and Slowburn were closer, maybe more lives could have been saved. I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to guilt trip you into agreeing to this. And my intent is not to try to force you into agreeing to this. I simply laying out Utopia's logic in extending this offer. Also, you do not need to tell me your decision now. And at this point, I think I'm going to open this up to any questions you all may have for me about either what Utopia stands for, what it can offer you, anything really. I'm an open book.
So how as far as I'm understanding it, we're getting a place of our own to stay at, do whatever we want, and we're on call when you need me.
If you
need
join
us.
Utopia, yes, that is the essence of how it works. Now, granted, there are definitely rules and expectations. If your behavior is unbecoming of Project Utopia, you will be removed. Like, there are some strings attached, obviously, but by and large, yes, your time will be your own. And as you say, you're on call. So if a project comes up or an event or something, like it's not uncommon for some of our auxiliaries when Team Tomorrow is too busy, for our auxiliaries to attend like charity events, for example, or attend political rallies as an additional level security or a spokesperson or a multitude of things. The types of things you can be called on will be variable, but we try not to put people in situations that they are unprepared for. So, for example, if you have no combat training whatsoever, we're not going to put you into a combat zone. Not directly. You know, we're not gonna put you in a place where you're gonna fight elites.
Good. So does that mean we'll get to work with Slowburn?
If such a project comes up, then perhaps, yes. As well as many of the other auxiliaries or even members of Team Tomorrow. Like using Slowburn as an example, she's worked with Cestus Pax before on a couple of different missions. There's no guarantees of who, when, and under what circumstances, but nothing's impossible. As people are needed for different jobs, then people are assigned.
Okay. Maybe a bit off topic, but are you a Nova or?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm just a pencil pusher, as they put it. By the way, so caught up on getting you guys up to speed. My name is Liam Ryder. At least for the
No,
time being, I am your point of contact with Project Utopia. If you decide to join up, that might change. But for now, I am your man to talk to. And he does pull out his wallet and he pulls out a couple business cards and hands them out to you guys. It's got his phone number and his email on there, as well as his Ripple account. Yep. Eggshell white with raised lettering.
Ooh, fancy. I do have some questions about all of this.
Yeah.
For the most part, up until this point, Novara has been kind of neutral as far as the greater Nova politics scheme is concerned. So, creating a Project Utopia base, even a small one in the city, has some pretty interesting implications. Is this a council decision? Did they want this?
Matter of fact, why don't you give me a what would be most applicable here? I think I might actually give you a choice between skills here.
Okay.
Because the skill would determine how you view what you know.
Sure.
I think this is going to be between this is going to be between culture and humanities.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to go with culture here.
Okay. And then I'm assuming you're going to roll intellect.
If applicable, yeah. I'll
Yeah,
choose
yeah.
intellect. So culture and intellect. Now, because of my mega intellect, does this apply any form of scale over this roll, or?
No, not in this one.
Okay, good to know.
This isn't you trying to figure something out. This is you going off of stuff you already know to recall.
Okay.
Let's see if your character knows about some stuff previously.
Maybe a little
2
bit.
successes. Cool.
Yeah.
You know that there's been a little bit of a point in tension within the city. There are those that are totally down with the Project Utopia presence, and they've actually been trying to get into the city for like the past 2 years. They've been very interested in Novara since it opened up. And Utopia's been trying to get some kind of presence. They've not been looking to get Team Tomorrow set up, but you know that like it's been a little bit of a popular thing to be talked about on social media to be like, yo, what if we had a Team Tomorrow base in Novara? Wouldn't that be sick? And Utopia's never said that they've been interested in a Team Tomorrow headquarters. They've already got one in Mexico. They don't need one in Nebraska. But they've been interested in having a presence. Gilder, only responded once on the record about this. And a lot of people in this conversation seem to forget that. But Gilder was like, no, I'm not interested in having Utopia in the city. Utopia can show up if they want to, but they don't need to have a base in our city. It's not necessary. There are other more important things that we can have in the city. And that's pretty much all he's ever said about it. Which, for those that do remember that, has not helped his Terrigen allegations. However, the city council has a mix of people of varying opinions. Now, what makes this situation interesting that your second success gets you is politically how the city is set up. when the city was chartered, the city council is voted on by the residents of the city. They are elected. They serve for a couple years. Gilder has final say on everything. The city council cannot make something happen that Gilder refuses. Gilder essentially retains his rights as the owner of the city and as essentially the, until he dies, mayor of the city. He retains the power to veto anything the city council wants. But anything the council has come to a universal agreement on, he has not shot down. So that's what you know about that situation. What Liam says is that we want to establish a base, not a Team Tomorrow headquarters. We don't need anything at that scale. But we want a presence. We know there are some people that don't want that. But we think it would ultimately be beneficial because, frankly, Novara does not have a city defender. Novara has a rising issue with political tension and anti-Nova sentiment. We think it would be very beneficial for the well-being of the city and its people to have a base there. And we think that the powers that be will, in time, come to appreciate it.
How soon would that be? Because Gilder has been pretty outspoken about his views in the past. I find it a little tense to set up operations here knowing his stance on Utopia before. I'm also a little more than curious that there would be leave to make that happen if he didn't want it here. I'm just concerned more or less about the tensions that it would bring between the leader of Novara and Project Utopia.
He smiles and taps his pen on the table once as he considers his response, and then says, well, while Gilder may not be our biggest fans, for whatever reason, we think that if the council does vote to have us be there, we think Gilder will allow it. That said, as far as time frame, I think you would be impressed how quickly we can turn around construction and such. What would likely happen is we know that the vote is coming up in the next couple weeks. If they vote yes and it is approved, we have a few key places in mind that are available for construction. And we would contract out part of the construction to a specific construction firm known for using Novas for construction. The time frame on that would be a few more weeks. And final touches would be like another week or so after that. So in about 2 to 3 months, we would expect everything to be finalized for the construction. I know it's not as appealing as it's move-in ready, but since it's not built, and if you decide to join up and it's going to be your base, you would get some say. in some of the decisions for the living quarters and such.
I would be intrigued to oversee some of the architectural decisions, but
I think that could be arranged.
how many other Novas would be stationed here? Would there be anybody except for the three of us?
There is a potential fourth candidate. I am not at liberty to discuss right now as to who they are and any of those details. Because similarly, they are at the same stage you are at where they have not given a yes or a no yet. But we are thinking that the stars may align on this and they might be a decent fourth member. And they would stay with you in Avar.
I'm not saying I'm disinterested in the offer. I just want to make sure I understand fully where we're coming from first.
Yes, of course.
That being said, do either of you two have any inquiries at the moment?
I think you said it all.
Then are we ready to give a decision, or would you like a little bit of time?
I mean, you guys know about me and how I stand about Project Utopia, so it's pretty much a yes for me, but I get it if you guys want to think about it a bit.
It's no problem if you want to take your time, you know. Um, I'm always available. You have my number, you have my email. Even on social media, you can shoot me a direct message. If you want to take time to think about it, sure. Just know that if you don't lock in here, members of other groups are going to start swarming like vultures. I've seen it happen before. And even if you join Utopia, some Terrigen members will probably try to approach you. But if you don't immediately sign up with Utopia, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Mr. Hoffman, DeVries will be up your ass in a heartbeat. I don't think I really need to explain why.
No, I don't think you do.
Yeah. Other agencies may be interested in you guys. DeVries potentially could come for all of you to sign up with them. I'm not going to assume to know where you lie on that spectrum, but those agencies can be pretty pushy. I'm not saying they necessarily lie about their contracts or whatever, but they are the kinds that will show up at your front door and come asking for you or be doing deep background searches and looking into you and all kinds of things. And you have to be very careful if you do sign up with them to read those contracts. I think it goes without saying that when money gets involved, it's not clean. Money at that level, anyways, it's not clean. As for the Terrigen, well, my political opinion is irrelevant here. This is your decision. So if you want time, I can give you time. I can leave the room. You guys can leave the room. Do what you want. We can go our separate ways for now. And if you need to take a week, take a week. You need to take a month, take a month. This is really, I cannot stress enough. This is no pressure on you from my end. I'm just trying to be real with you. If you take your time, you are probably going to have other people harass you. So I just want you to be mentally prepared if you are going to take time. I don't know if you've looked at the news, but your faces have already been plastered all over the media. So
yeah, maybe get me started there.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Hoffman, you'll probably slip by notice for a little bit if you lay low, but they'll eventually make the connection.
I think more or less we're in agreement here, but if you wouldn't mind giving us maybe 5 minutes.
Sure. He gets up and steps out of the room.
So, I mean, it sounds like a wonderful deal. All being said, really. At least to me.
I mean, yeah, it's Project Utopia. I mean, it's not like we're getting, bamboozled by the army or something. I don't know.
As long as there will actually be work being done that we can do things with, I think I'm okay with it.
I mean, you made what, a super suit in the first day? I think you're gonna be fine, man. I don't know. What about you, Zara? You in? You on the fence? Where are you?
Skull X? We might have lost her.
Oh, no.
Well, I think it's fair to say, without going into too much detail, Skull X isn't feeling well today, folks. That's why she's been quiet. So
yeah,
it won't be like this all the time. But we can went into this knowing this is going to be a Project Utopia game. So
right.
carry on the understanding that she's probably going, like, her character will say, yeah.
Seems legit.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
I mean, she did say Zara's dissociating, so it might be a really good method acting.
Yeah.
It's true.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think we can say yes. We can just call the guy in. I mean,
yeah, I don't see any reason to delay.
I don't want companies knocking on my parents' doors. That's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, yeah, we've got everything sorted out, so call for Liam to come back in, I suppose.
Sure. He comes in, takes a seat. So, where are we at?
I just wanted to confirm with everyone else that we were on the same page, and I think we're ready to take the deal.
Okay, fantastic. That's great to hear. I'll go ahead and draft up the contracts, and then I'll get them over to you as soon as possible. And there'll be some pretty bog standard stuff, nothing crazy. I just need to make sure I fill in all of your names and details and where you'll be operating out of and all that. And then once all that's squared away, we're gonna have you sign that. So I should be back in about 30-ish minutes. If you want to sit tight, and we'll square all that away. Then we'll
Sure.
talk about next steps. And then he gets his laptop out and he starts working on that. He's got a little portable printer. And sits there and gets to work. And after a little bit, you guys get some contracts. You sign that stuff. He helps explain some stuff that's in the contracts. Clarifies. You can be removed from Project Utopia if you do X, Y, and Z. If you act way too out of line, you can be ejected out of Utopia. You could be forced to go on leave. All this different stuff. There'll be times where there's mandatory training that you'll need to attend, otherwise your Utopia status will be revoked, so on and so forth. All this really just bureaucratic bullshit. But sitting there listening to it, a lot of it makes sense because it's like, okay, yeah, these are people going around in fucking superhero costumes, beating up bad guys, saving the world. There has to be a degree of safety net here, right? So he's pretty helpful. He explains all this stuff, puts contracts in front of you. I assume you guys sign. Yeah, so once all that's signed, he starts go ahead and he's like, I will have digital copies sent over for you guys. These will go to headquarters and will be stored in a secure location. But you'll have your digital copies. There is also once we get you set up with accounts and everything, there'll be a handbook for you guys that really talks about Nova legality and all of that, because there are some specific things you need to be aware of. That said, we'll be in touch with when your PR training is as well, because that'll be the first mandatory training you'll need to attend is PR training. I know some of it can be a little dry, but it's really beneficial. And then from there, they may assess if you need additional training or what. And then we'll be seeing about getting this squared away for your base, assuming it gets either in the city gets approved, and if not, well, you'll be getting one outside the city. It won't be a huge commute. It'll be right there. So, but I have confidence that we're gonna get our way on this one. So I have some work to do on my end. Is there any final questions before I go?
I assume you'll get in contact with us when everything is ready to go. Or whenever we're to begin our involvement, so sure.
Yeah, it'll either be me or somebody else will reach out. You're probably going to have somebody else for your team director, essentially. Because while you're not going to be team tomorrow specifically, you're going to have a director for your team that they essentially operate kind of like a manager. At that point, I'll stop being your point of contact. You can always feel free to reach out to me if you need me, but they'll kind of become your primary point of contact with Utopia, and they'll also help do the background management things for you. Kind of imagine like a sports team. Every team has a coach. Every team has an assistant coach. Every team has 3 to 4 times as many staff members that make everything happen, right? So it's kind of the same thing here. You're going to have your director, but then the base you'll be operating out of will have its own staff. So, but they'll I don't know who they'll assign you. I have no idea. But either myself or somebody else will be point of contact. It'll probably be me. It'll probably be me who will find out, and they'll have me contact you since we already have a rapport here. They try to minimize overloading you with too many new people. Because we understand it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of new information, a lot of new faces. Try to minimize.
Yep, sure.
Yeah. All right. So at this point, you're free to leave the facility if you want. If you would like to stay here a little longer and take advantage of the facilities, you can. You can always come back to this facility as well. If something is wrong or you need to be checked out or something like that, you are always free to come to this facility. Any Rashad facility is available to you as a Utopia member. Any Nova is free to attend a Rashad facility if they need it, but especially as a Utopia member, you are absolutely free to come in and get checked out. And they have access to the databases. So if there's like for example, Mr. Hoffman, like it's registered your deal going on. So like any facility you stop by at, they can pull up that information and understand what to do.
Good to know.
What about our university? What will they know? Should we keep it on the down low?
In my experience, you have two choices. You can accept it for what it is, or you can try to hide your identity. I think in your cases, hiding your identity is going to be very difficult, quite frankly. Your faces have been all over the news. Could we spin a story and cover it up? Absolutely. If you really want to go the alternate identity route, we could pull some strings. We would try to make some things happen for you. Most these days don't try to pull that off. It's a lot of work, and quite frankly, the media and people in general will do their damnedest to undo that work. They can't stand the mystery. They want answers. You see it with the elites all the time with their masks. It's always a big fucking deal when an elite gets their mask pulled off. So I would tell you the choice is yours. It's entirely up to you. I'm not going to presume to tell you what is best for you. That is only a choice you can make. Whether or not you want to continue to attend the university, that's up to you. That's your personal time type thing. If continuing university is something you want to do, we can make note of that, and certain privileges can be afforded to you when it comes to missions and school. Because we obviously want to make sure, like, if you want an education, that you're afforded the ability to do so. And if you want to continue the education, but it is too much to be in public spaces, we can absolutely arrange for you to move to online courses. We have connections for that kind of thing. While there is a specific university title, I won't divulge it right now. There is a named university that would get you a degree entirely online, but it is less of a university and more of just a unofficial collection of some of the greatest minds. packaged it up in a nice university title that doesn't technically physically exist anywhere. So if that's a route you would like to go, we can also do that. Or if you are happy with, the University of Navarra, then you're free to continue to pursue that.
Well, I think
Take
for
my
that,
advice.
I am gonna need more than 5 minutes.
Yeah. I was about to tell you, take my advice. Don't make too many big decisions in one day. Take your time. There's no rush. The world can stand to wait a day or two. The university, I was told to tell you, he kind of sorts through some of the papers he has. Read something off. We did contact the university. They have been made aware of your situation in a very limited way. So they know that you are excused. Granted, the school is kind of temporarily closed, but if for whatever reason you decide to take more time for yourself beyond the duration of the school's closing, they're not going to be looking for you or penalizing you for anything. Like your professors have been told to not penalize you for missing assignments during that time until you choose to return. So you're kind of, your education is on hold at the moment, from how it's been explained to me.
Is that indefinite?
Well, I think there is probably a threshold of like the school will eventually assume you're not coming back. I
Right.
wasn't given a
Okay.
time frame here, but I would assume like if it's been like, I don't know, 6 months maybe, it might start getting a little hazy. I think at a year or more, they're probably expecting you're not coming back.
Right. Okay. Okay. That should be plenty of time, but also good to know.
Yeah.
Much as I would like to stay and continue to work on some things, I think there are some other things that need to be sorted out first. Like family, probably, for all of us. Phone calls not gonna really cut it, so
Yep.
Understandable.
well, thank you for your time, Liam. I'm sure we'll all speak very soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to leave, go ahead and front desk. They can arrange transportation for you. And don't worry about any costs with that. Utopia will take care of it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
part of the service.
sure.
All right. Well, take it easy. And I'll talk to you soon. And he gets up and he shakes your hands and leaves.
Well, I mean, so far we're being treated pretty good.
Well, I mean, we are Novas.
Um, yeah, I think it'll take a day or two more for that to settle in.
Right. So, yeah, I wasn't kidding. I think I have to go home and explain all this and deal with that whole fallout. So,
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely doing the same. You want help? You need support? each going to our own, or you want me to come with you?
Oh man. Uh, think it'd be good, yeah, if we talk to our families, one at a time, all of us, maybe, to help explain things. I know at least my mom's gonna be in hysterics once she sees me in the suit, so.
Yeah, understandable. Sure. I guess we choose the one that's closest. I don't know. I think yours is
Sure.
definitely gonna have the worst reaction. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Might as well bite that bullet, I guess.
yeah. I mean, if you want to build up to it, we can go first. I mean, I'm sure my dad's gonna be thrilled that I'm faster than him in a car now, but
Sounds good. Yeah. I think I'd rather rip the Band-Aid off. If it's all
all right.
the same.
Yeah.
Maybe a positive interaction afterwards would be great. So yeah, let's get going, I guess.
Yes, sirree. Let's do it.
All right. You guys load up. You get in a nice, comfy van like last time, and you're sent on your way back to Novara. It's a mostly quiet drive. Eventually, you're getting near the city. You feel a chill wash over you.
Never.
The heat in the car has been cranking the entire time. It's fucking freezing outside. But it's suddenly cold. And there is a sort of fear in the pit of your stomach welling up out of nowhere. And then there is somebody in the passenger seat next to the driver. He's wearing a leather jacket. In the rearview mirror, you can see the sunglasses he's wearing, despite it being like 8 o'clock at night. And he has snow white hair that is just a mess. There is a minty smell coming from the vapor emitting from his mouth as he puffs on some kind of e-cigarette. Crazy couple days. The driver fucking swerves the van for a moment, jerks it back into the lane as a car horn blares as they pass by on the other side of the road. And the driver starts to reach for something in the jacket of their suit, and he goes, No, don't do that. Don't do that. That never ends well. They just kind of slow the car down and pull off to the side of the road, stopping. And the driver's looking between him and you guys.
They continue to get crazier.
You could have just called.
Turns over the seat. It's just, sunglasses blocking his eyes, but you can tell he's looking at you, and he's just, I don't have your fucking number. Who the fuck do you think I am? The feds?
Random person? I don't know. You tell me.
Would you know who this is? Go ahead and give me culture. And I would say it's probably going to be a mental of your choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's culture and cunning. Let's go. I'm rolling good today.
Yeah. 3 successes. Yeah, you're pretty tied in. You know who this is. This is Rakes.
Oh, okay.
Rayx. This is Novara's local out and out Terrigen member. You don't know a lot about the guy, but you know he's a punk. Literally a punk, like old fashioned punk, not a give me your lunch money kid punk, but a fuck the system, fuck the man punk. He has a little bit of a cult following on social media. A lot of other punks, goth folks, and other like alternative lifestyle type people are kind of into him. Obviously, like the people who are not cool with the Terrigen do not like the guy. But you know, there's something about Novas that just kind of inspire things in people. So, dude,
Oh,
seriously, he looks to the driver.
I
Get
know
your
who
hand
you
out of your
are.
fucking jacket. You're not going to shoot me, okay?
Yeah,
Better men have tried.
that's not gonna. Listen, can you pop the back doors? Maybe we'll talk outside. We'll be a minute. Just relax.
Driver thinks about it for a second. There's probably the part of him that remembers, I am a baseline. This probably wouldn't be bad for me. And you hear the doors unlock.
Here we go. Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Good little baseline. Gets out of the passenger side.
You climb out.
Yeah, you all get together on the side of the road. It's fucking freezing outside. It's about 20 degrees. It feels less than that because it is a little windy. This is in Fahrenheit. This is getting pretty close, not quite, but pretty close to negative Celsius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's cold. So he's standing there like he's not in winter clothes. Jeans, sneakers, leather jacket, some kind of band t-shirt on underneath, and sunglasses, even though it's already dark out.
Okay. I mean, we get it. You're cool. What's happening here, man?
What's happening, man? We're having a conversation. You ever talked to somebody before? Don't be fucking weird.
Right, and
Sure.
yeah, nice of you to visit, Mister.
Rakes, just rakes. Drop that Mr. shit. This ain't a boardroom meeting.
Rakes. Then, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Any particular reason why, though?
Why? Yeah, fucking couple new Novas in town. It'd be kind of rude to not say hi, don't you think?
I suppose.
Okay. Come on, we're one and the same, you know? You don't move into a neighborhood and just totally ignore your neighbors, do you? Oh, then again, it's 2028. You probably do.
Okay.
But, you know, like, I don't get the impression you're the sorts to just up and off to like LA or New York or something. So Since Novar is so progressive and all that shit, I figured you guys would probably be sticking around. So, it felt like kind of a dick move not to stop in and say hi. Maybe ask you, how you doing? You got any questions now that you're reborn and all that shit? Actually talk to somebody level-headed for once. Or at least somebody who has an idea of what it is you're going through.
Well, I mean, sure, why not? Uh, yeah, maybe start telling us how was it for you, man?
How it was for me. He fucking puffs on that e-cig he's got. I mean, it was pretty great. I mean, the circumstances of it were not great at all. But on the other side of it, fantastic. Is, if you can believe it, cancer. Because he puffs on the e-cig again.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little while ago, though.
Well, I mean,
It's
congratulations.
Yeah, you seem like it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
saw
I don't
the
know what.
aftermath.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell. We're just weirded out so far.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. Like, you go from just being a human, and then next thing you know, you can do crazy shit. Right? It's a little jarring. But,
Some of it's nicer than others.
for sure. Absolutely. That's why it's important to kind of come around your own kind, have that conversation. Look, the baselines, they mean well, but they're just baselines. They don't get it. Like, they can conceptually understand, but it's not like us. We've erupted. They haven't. That moment when you know everything is different, even though everything else is the same. There's no way of them understanding that until it happens to them. And it's probably not going to, right? Like, there's a reason why we are the way we are and they're not.
Okay.
But look, you guys probably know who I am. I don't need to fucking tell you. I'm not looking out here to recruit or nothing. It's just if you want to actually get some real answers to some real questions, come find this guy. Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Got too many questions right now. Don't know which ones are good or bad yet, so sorting through that.
I mean, if you want to ask me a question, ask me a question. Because whatever the hell they told you back there, they're just jerking you off, man. You can't trust Utopia, to be honest. They got too much skin in the game. And it's not even their own skin either.
What do you mean?
Man, come on. Utopia's just elites, but just by a different name. What, just because they don't send their superheroes off into war zones regularly that makes them any better than the elites? They still pimp you guys out. Like, you sign a contract, you get paid, and you do what they tell you to. That's what the elites do. The elites are just honest about it. Doesn't make it any less cringe, but hey, at least they're honest. But, But hey,
Okay.
you want to do Utopia shit? That's your choice, man. You know, I'm not gonna begrudge you that. You're a Nova. You have that right.
I mean, all I know is there was trouble and somebody came to save us, and that somebody is connected to Project Utopia. So,
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see you there.
I was busy. I got my own shit to do.
Okay. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
See, that's the cool thing about being a Nova, right? I know you're still learning. You'll get it in time, you know, but you got to get out of the baseline mindset. See,
Mm.
baselines feel like they're entitled to us. That's not the case. We don't belong to them. We are not beholden to what they need or what they want. If you choose to do the Utopia thing and to help people, that, you know, make sure you're doing it because you want to, because that's your choice. But don't let them convince you that it's what you want or that it's the right thing or whatever. Do it because you want to. So that's the thing. You got to break the baseline thinking. Only do things because you want to do them. Like, we're our own people, man. Just, you know, if I have a thing that dictates my attention be elsewhere because that's what I want to do, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not sitting here listening to the police scanner because I feel like I have to help people. It's not my fault baselines are the way they are. It's not my fault a bunch of baselines decided to attack the school you were at. That's not my fault. It's also not my fault that I wasn't there to stop it.
Okay, I don't want to be rude, but just to get a clearer sense, like just a roundish number, like how many friends do you have?
Yeah, okay, man. Sure.
That is a crazy question to ask somebody. Oh my god.
Yeah, man. You're a fucking treat. Look, you want to have some real conversations, get in touch with me or some of my friends. We love to have you over. We're always open. Doors always open to our brothers and sisters. Just let us know. Drop us a line.
Where's over?
Hmm?
Where's over? You have a place.
Oh, we meet in all kinds of places. We don't really have like one dedicated spot.
Oh.
Although a couple of us hang out at the amp room pretty regularly if you have a way to get over there.
Okay.
Yeah. That said, we're kind of all over the place, but you know, every once in a while, if we want to get together, we pick a place to meet. You know, you get in touch with me and you want to get in touch with some people to ask some questions, you know, I can make that happen.
Okay.
The amp room, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
If you want, you could give me if you think your character might have a chance of knowing, you could make me a culture roll. Or if you want to just be like, my character has no idea what the fuck that is, no roll necessary.
Is it a concert venue of some kind?
It's not a concert venue. It's a club.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't know then. There's no music involved, probably not.
Well, there is music, but I mean it's adult knife life type club.
Oh yeah, not my scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think my character could know. Maybe not that he went there, but I'm thinking
You definitely
as a
haven't
part.
been there, no. You definitely have
Yeah,
not been there. Yeah. But yeah, you can make a culture roll. That's
yeah,
your choice.
because I do think kind of if my friends are, yeah. Wait, so culture and what? Cunning, intelligence, resolve, which one?
Either one of those.
Okay. Two.
Yeah, you've heard of the amp room. It's not necessarily a secret. It's not talked about a lot because it's not a place just anybody can go. It is specifically a nightclub for Novas in Ibiza.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little out of the way for you. A little bit.
Hmm.
You know, it's kind of an ocean in the way. But yeah. It's a Nova only nightclub.
Yeah, man, sure. Yeah, thanks. I guess we'll be there if we have any questions.
I mean, I'm not always there, but there's typically, a tarot or two there. Some of us are just social butterflies, can't help ourselves, right? I don't normally do the whole group thing, but if people want to hang out, I'll hang out. It's whatever. But look, I just want to stop by, say hi, let you know I'm in the neighborhood. I'm always available if you need me to talk, if I have the time. But also, just kind of wanted to make sure they weren't doing wrong by you guys.
Oh.
Hate to see some fellow Novas get taken advantage of.
I appreciate the warm welcome, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably be best that we don't take your number just in case, but I'm not opposed. I do have some questions, so.
Okay. Well, let me know.
I'll take your number if you're good. I don't think there's no reason why not to.
And maybe we should give him ours, perhaps.
Sure. You can find me on Ripple, but I give him the Ripple.
So paranoid, man.
Just thinking ahead.
Fucking, you peg me as like one of those Revenant the Ravishing players, man. Whatever. And yeah, it's like, yeah, you can find me on Ripple too. You can just DM me on there, whatever. My DMs are open. Might take me a while to find the DM if you DM me though, because I get a lot of fucking hate mail, but it's whatever.
Damn.
Fair enough, I guess.
Nothing gets a baseline harder than trying to bring down the Novas. Right. I'm out of here. Fucking keep your wits about you. Take care of yourselves. And he turns and teleports away.
So that's how I got in there. Okay. Wasn't sure.
That is cool. And I don't think I've ever heard someone say the word baseline so many times in such a little time frame.
He did lay it on pretty thick. Yeah, that's true.
God. Okay.
Fucking baselines, man.
I don't think he thinks he's human anymore. I'm pretty sure he doesn't think he's human anymore.
I would hesitate. And listen, probably not. We just signed this thing. We all seem to believe in it, so maybe taking Darat's number is not a good move. Just in case someone can trace our stuff.
I didn't read the whole thing. Yeah, but does it say there shouldn't we try to make friends with Noahs?
Depends. If they're an open Darat, it's probably a bad idea. Look, I know it doesn't seem like it right now, and I know you're kind of used to having an audience, but there's going to be a lot more eyes on us here soon. Whether we want them or not. And I'm just running scenarios in my head at the moment. There's a lot to get ahead of. This is one of those things. Even now, if someone is sitting somewhere recording us having a meeting with this guy, post that on social media, what's going to happen?
I mean, yeah, but we have a whole team of people now to deal with this, right? We have the manager. We're probably gonna get a PR team.
Oh, come on. You know how this works. It doesn't really matter how many people are on something. Eventually, someone's going to leak the truth. Even if they had stopped in and prevented all footage that they could find from what just happened yesterday, you have your video, right?
Yeah.
Guarantee at least a dozen other students also have the same video. So nothing's really secret at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about I mean, he just came here and said, "Are you guys okay?" I mean, I know the people are gonna go, freak out if they see that, but they're gonna be people that say like, "Oh, they're conspiring something and stuff." But I think this is the new reality. I mean, he's getting hate mail. We're probably gonna get hate mail. We're gonna get fan mail too. We just need to,
Yes,
focus
but
on
we
doing
can
what we want to do.
control it to an extent, is what I'm getting at. I don't know. There's just a
Yeah.
lot to think
Okay.
about. There's a lot to be worried about. That's all.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was kind of focused on just documenting when I feel like it before. I'm getting the feeling you're saying that's a no-no now. But
Oh,
I don't
no, I mean, it'd probably be great, get your exposure out there. I'm just, we literally just signed that contract with Utopia. We probably shouldn't be getting cozy with Terrigen immediately. If at all. Probably not at all,
Hmm.
They probably wouldn't look too favorably on us.
Yeah, okay, okay. I mean, I
Sorry,
still
I'm not
think
trying to be overbearing. It's just, I don't
no,
know.
no, I'm used to you thinking around every angle, so it's fine. It's it's better than hitting the wall every now and then. So I mean, let's just get back in and hope our driver didn't get a heart attack.
I think he's all right. Let's knock on the
Oh.
back door.
Yeah, the doors are unlocked. You guys are able to get back in.
Hey there.
Yeah, he looks over the see at you guys. He's like, "You guys okay?"
I mean, that was something. He's definitely yeah, special.
Yeah. Can't say I've had the
Special.
pleasure before, but his reputation precedes him.
Right. No harm done at the very least. We're okay.
Yeah.
You okay?
I guess. It's not every day, a Nova threatens to kill you, so I'm doing fine, all things considered. But if you guys are good, we can get back on the road.
Yep.
Let's do it.
You see him hit what looks like a send or something on a message, and then he shutters his phone and pockets it. And after a moment, he checks the road, switches on his hazards, and gets back on the road.
Okay.
And starts driving. And I think we're gonna stop there for today. I know it's a little early than we normally go for, but
Oh no, that's great.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good.
think it's
That's
a
a
good
good point
stopping
for
point.
it. Yeah.
yeah.
So let's do some quick wrap up stuff. First and foremost, I didn't want to disrupt the flow of things at the time, but to kind of touch on a few things in case they were not imminently obvious from our earlier discussion and the things that happened in the session. For the viewers to know, we are playing with the deconstructionist theme as our main theme in the game. I felt like it didn't need to be said early on, but as we were going through, I was like, you know what? I'll throw it in at the end just so it's clear. But deconstructionist is our primary theme, and we're also using we're not using the quantum instability rules from that for people who already know the rules, or if anybody decides to get into Aberrant after listening to this. The quantum instability rule is cool. I just personally, it didn't really vibe with what we were going to be doing for this game, so we're just using the violence rule from deconstructionist. And then we're also using celebrity, politics, and social commentary subgenre rules. We additionally, from out of the recently released within the past like month or so, if I recall correctly, are playing with some rules out of the book With Great Power, which has the rules for intrigue collateral pool. To which we are adding a whopping 6 to that pool after the session. Because let me tell you,
I'm sorry.
this man, why won't it let me enter a value? Oh, you know what? Numlock was on.
Damn. Yeah.
Adding a whopping 6 to the pool because we had a bystander death. The first bystander death adds +2. And then dealing multiple injury conditions to one or more bystanders technically happened twice. So that's a +4 because it's +X. Oh, well, no, it's +X from the most severe injury condition, which would have been technically -3. So it would be a 5 to the pool instead of 6. It's one less.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aha.
I had to sit there and interpret, is this continuous damage? Like, it happens continually, but it's technically the damage is just dealt every round.
Yeah.
As an effect that happens to be passive and permanent. So I decided to rule it as it's injury conditions every round instead of unlike somebody being set on fire, for example, and then nobody putting them out where it's continuous damage.
Yeah.
So yeah. The intrigue collateral pool is a way of essentially doing collateral that is explicitly not just combat, but is things that result because of actions that tend to be more social in nature. So while combat can result in it, it's not about necessarily the combat itself and the collateral being a result of the combat. It is about the fallout socially with your public image for the things that happen. It includes things that can happen in combat that will affect your public image, as well as embarrassment for saying things in social media and such, as well as destroying things either intentionally or on mistake, or for exerting way too much scale. We're not going to talk about scale mechanics too much right now. We'll talk about it as it comes up for the people who are not familiar with the system, but it's a really cool subsystem. We're obviously still using the collateral pool, and because we are playing deconstructionist and everything, the collateral pool by default starts at 5 out of 10. And for the intrigue pool, it will start 0 out of 10 and it will continuously build in between sessions, whereas the collateral pool resets every combat to 5 out of 10. they also have ways of mitigating the pool and reducing it and such. So just talking about some of the stuff we're using. Additionally, XP for the session. We're not using the default system. I'm just giving flat XP for having attended the session and participated. Because I don't feel like I need to put a carrot on a stick for you guys to roleplay.
Yeah, I don't think that's this group. So
no. So 3 XP for the session.
all right.
Scribble that down.
Yep. And then any questions, comments, concerns, and did everybody have fun?
Absolutely had fun. This is gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great game. This is gonna be really fun.
Nothing in particular question wise. Rakes was not as big of an asshole as I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
maybe that
he's-
comes later.
You know, I will say my intent with him is like he is kind of as he seems. Generally, he is. Now things could change for sure, but like he's supposed to be kind of off-putting, but that's just because he's just brutally honest. And he, well, as Zutak asked, like, how many friends do you have? He doesn't really care about having friends and such. Like he's,
Yeah.
I'm not here to make you like me. I'm just
Yeah,
here to live my life. I'm not gonna get into too much detail about him, but I really enjoy Rakes. I have been seriously considering actually writing a short story for his eruption and putting it on the Storypath Nexus.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
I made him to be the mentor for the other game, and I really like him. I'm gonna refrain from talking about his powers too much because you guys don't know much about his powers other than that he can teleport.
And that he's cold.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's something with that. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm gonna refrain from talking too much about him because
Sure.
I really like him.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
also
like-
a big Terrigen fanboy, so
Yeah. No, I like him. I think he just he definitely rubs Moses the wrong way.
oh, understandable.
Like-
Yeah.
Like because
Yeah,
he's a
an
Project Utopia
acquired
fanboy.
taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an acquired taste for sure. He's not somebody everybody likes. But yeah, fantastic. We are expecting also for listeners to know we're expecting one more to be joining us in the future. I don't want to go into too many details there because there is things with that will be happening at high speed in between this recording and the next recording. So
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, and in case something comes up, I don't want to make false promises. So it might be next recording that they'll be here, maybe not. I don't know. But the plan is they'll be here for the next recording.
Yep.
So until then, if you like the podcast or whatever, I know we normally don't do this spiel, but I want to do this spiel because it means a lot to us. If you could honestly just talk about the podcast, like we don't have a Patreon, we don't ask for no money or nothing. If you like the podcast, just fucking share it around. Like it, favorite it, leave a review, especially on podcasting apps. Leave a review. It does
Yeah,
so much
what
for
is
the
actual
algorithm.
play on everything?
Actual play broadcast, yeah, it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Spotify, and I believe it's also on Amazon with Audible. I think of it as Amazon because they're owned by Amazon, but Audible.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you
gotcha.
you can
Okay.
find it at the big ones. I'm not sure entirely on how all the back end stuff works. I know there are some podcast apps that you can still get everything on there because they just take podcasts from those services. So like if you use I think it's called Overcast is the one I've started using recently.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah, Overcast. It's a third party podcast app. I actually really like it. You can make playlists in Overcast. And it's very easy to like, which as somebody like me who I go back and re-listen to certain podcast episodes
You're
time and
right.
time
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Okay.
Being able to make a playlist to do that and easily like mark something as unlistened to and all that, it's an awesome app. I really like Overcast, and it's totally free. That said, yeah, reviews do a lot for the algorithm. So if you want to support us in any way, we're not asking for money. Just leave us a review, like it, whatever, and talk about it. And if you're somebody who has not played Trinity Continuum before, but it sounds really neat, check out the Onyx Path Publishing official Discord, as well as the Onyx Path Publishing website. They've got Trinity Continuum, a bunch of other awesome game lines. I will definitely be shilling Trinity Continuum for a long time because I really enjoy the system. I think it's really cool. And they did some awesome work with it. I've even been collecting the old first edition books to have reference material and such.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The old White Wolf paperbacks. Crazy. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, all that said, that was an awesome beginning to a new journey. It's going to be a long one, and it's going to be a great one, I think. Very happy with our cast of characters. It's going to be a trip.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
absolutely. All right. So until next time, we will, well, I guess we'll just catch you next time. I'm terrible at doing this outro. Normally the brain does this.
We'll workshop it. It's fine.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
I'll figure something out. I'll get it
Oh,
figured
yeah.
out. All right. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.